clobbering time. I just love clobbering time.
Hello, everybody. Sorry for all the glitches there. I don't know what's wrong with this damn thing. Well, I do know what's wrong with it. It's me. I'm what's wrong with it. Welcome, everybody. That Clubby's Clubhouse on Clobbering Times.
Now we're live.
Now we're live. We're never live until we get that one, of course. Clubby's Clubhouse number 48 on Clobbering Times. Issue number, 433 on YouTube, but 1,133 overall on this fine September 22nd, 2022, or year of
the first day of autumn.
Is that what that is? We don't get that down. We don't get that sort of thing down here.
End of motorcycle weather.
Yeah, I know, but you know what that means for the Irish, right? It's Halloween season.
Halloween. Is it really?
It's like a whole season. It's not even a single day. It's a season.
They got Christmas crap at Costco already.
Yeah. Ew. Yeah. Stop.
Yes.
Great. Yep.
Yes, indeedy-ishness. Well, hello, my good friends. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you all here tonight to Clubby's Clubhouse. I want to, of course, first welcome the most wonderful first officer in the fleet, the amazing, beautiful, fantastic Commander R.M. Briggs. So good to see you. Thank you for being here.
I love you. I don't deserve that that beautiful introduction, but I love you with all of my heart.
As your captain, I'm ordering you to deserve it. So there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. It is an honor to be here and to hang out with two of my favorite fellas and all of our friends in the chat.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's just love it this night. This is always the most fun night. Really, well, of course, I love them all when I'm hanging out with any of our good friends out there in the chat as well, and our good members, our good clobberers and clobberonimos and clobberistas and clobberettes and clobberites and clobboniites and clobberimarainerites.
As long as we don't have any troglodytes out there.
Well, we don't discriminate against troglodytes around here. What do you think? We're bigots or something? And of course, that brings us to the introduction of the universe's most average engineer. Just kidding, the greatest engineer in the fleet, Mark D. What I see.
Welcome, everyone. And I was just gloating over Dad's Man's channel because I was saying I just don't only know Star Trek and stuff and things like that. I was 12-0 on my SEC picks last week.
Wow.
So Culture unreal. Casino is the guest this week. And I'm like, nothing, not too much to live up to. So
he's on this week?
Yeah, he just finished the show. Yeah, so he was on.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Yep. So he was.
But it's not on YouTube though, is it? Is he doing it on YouTube?
No, it's on YouTube. Yeah, it was on the YouTube.
Well, I wish I'd known that. I want to see if Culture Casino, who we love around here, he's a good dude. I want to see what he really knows about football. I
he seemed pretty knowledgeable, but of course, what do I know? And I was 12-0. Yeah.
12-0, man, that's insane for SEC. Well, not for SEC so much, but if it were the pros, I would say impossible. But the colleges can't be predictable.
Hey, stroke that ego. Come on, yeah.
It couldn't be any worse than when you made us play trivia on the stream, and then we completely blew it because we couldn't think because we were on the stream.
Yeah.
Well, I think Raquel still holds a grudge.
But you'll never forget the name of the name of the ensign, though, right? That went.
Bailey.
Bailey, right? So you never forget Bailey ever again.
Yeah,
right?
But the thing is that I would not normally forget that. It's just if you put me under pressure on a stream, brain does not work. Brain and brain.
Well, your brain is definitely not abnormal, but yeah, I know I get that way too. I forget names all the time, and then I was reading reviews of that game, and that was the board game, the Star Trek trivia game that Mike and I have had for 30 years, but had no one to play with. and all the reviews said the questions are okay, but the game is terrible. The whole way the game board is set up made actually absolutely no sense. It's almost like they made the game for Trivial Pursuit just to use the cards, like you could use the Trivial Pursuit board with the cards. Yeah.
Well, let's
It was fun though. I had fun.
Glad somebody did. I mean,
I'm so glad you had fun.
Let's say our hello to the great. That's a review. The great Eric K is in the bronze wrencher. What's up, my brother? Good to see you there, buddy.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Mwah.
Always good to see the great one, man. All right. I hope you were doing well, bronze wrencher. Who else is here? Chris Persia, the all knowing, all seeing, mighty Canadian wrench.
Hello, sweetheart.
If if I'm gonna have to give you a superhero name too, Chris Persia, because obviously if Eric K is the bronze wrencher, and you are from Canada, so you're Vindicator, so you are the Wrenchicator, I guess maybe. I'll work on making that picture for you, or you make those better than I do. But if you make one, I'll put it up there as the Chris Persia, the Wrenchicator. He knows who Vindicator is because he knows his comics, he knows his Alpha Flight.
He does.
J-Man, buddy.
J-Man.
The great J-Man. I'm good to see you there, bro. A big shout out to Tom and Six and Mike. I was cool hanging out with them tonight on Midnight's Edge. They're good friends over there. A lot of fun. Hello. Always fun. Appreciate them. Pleasant Valley Picker. Hello there. BC or CA.
BC.
BC indeed. Cal L. What's up, Super Pal?
The real soup. Stephen M.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Brian Hepburn. Hey.
Hey, Brian.
Good to see you, Brian. Thank you for being here tonight. Decepticon.
Hey, Sean.
All right, Sean. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, sir. By the way, quick show note. Obviously, we got no big show notes to report tomorrow night. I guess I will be on Nick's comic shop stream tomorrow. We're going to be reviewing 4 issues of What If comics, and that's good with the gang, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, it goes without saying, we have Saturday Night Star Trek coming up.
Dun, 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 dun.
That too, and then we have Sunday Night Geekery also, 10 p.m. Eastern. But but one thing I want to announce, of course, is today happens to be the birthday of one of my dearest friends here on YouTube. The first friend I made on YouTube, the great Paulie of Latino Slant.
Oh, no way! Happy birthday, Paulie.
He's not in the chat right now, but I don't care. He'll get to him. Hey, brother, I love you, man.
Sorry, was he doing a birthday stream?
I will get to that.
Sorry, yep, sorry.
He's doing a birthday stream Sunday, everyone. I think 3 p.m. I'm not sure exactly what. I don't know the time zone. He's listening to that stupid Pacific time zone, that filthy. I'm just kidding. Hey, Paulie, love you, brother. The great Latino Slant. If you've not already been to his channel, please. He is celebrating his birthday today, and he's still younger than me. So, but yes, Mark D. I don't know what time it is, but it's Sunday. What is it? Is this birthday month or something? Good.
Yeah,
God,
everyone's got birthdays.
Yeah, Nick had one. All right, Nick. I think the lovely lady Maria had one. Valiant Renegade had one the same day, the day after Nick. God, there's like 2 other people that had birthdays, and they all had streams, of course.
Yep.
And then, like I said, Paulie will have one Sunday. So there, I don't know if I'll be home to see it. But, let's see who else is here with us tonight. So again, happy birthday, Paulie Latino Slant, a great friend. He's like I say, his first friend I made over here on YouTube, fellow YouTubers that I make friends with. Phantom Outsider was a man, and he might still be a man. Hello, buddy.
So by was, he means is. Do you know what an empty jar of Cheese Whiz is? Cheese was.
Oh,
but
Fanty
is.
Shin kicks.
Welcome, Fanty.
Fanty, good to see you there, Duderish. Linrod, hello there, Linrod.
Rod, hot Rod.
Indeed. Claude, say Claude, because I don't see the is it you say Claude like that, or how do you say it, Claude? Either way, Claude Sailing, or Sailing, maybe. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I apologize. It is not on purpose. It is great to see you. Thank you for being here. hungry for a fantastic 4 with less than 4 scripters, aka the great Hungry Boy, the official artiste of Clobberin Times and of wonderful author R.M. Briggs.
Yes. I'm very excited to show you all the painting that he did. Of course, the amazing painting that he did will be the cover of my science fiction collection, which will be on sale later this fall. So excited to show that to you. Wow, is this man ever talented? Hungry Boy is so talented. It's going to blow your minds. It's going to blow your mind.
Explode. Your minds really explode with blown upness. Hang on, everybody. I just want to make sure I get everybody here. Monkey Jeebus is here.
Monkey Jeebus.
I like it. Oh, it's lovely. Zathras, what's up?
Also known as Brad Pitt, which is crap.
I'll agree. Brad Pitt is crap, but I didn't know you felt that way. Snail Messiah. What is that? He says, I'm horrible at trivia, but I am more of a brain out of my skull and watch kind of guy. Okay. Then Mark.
Well, I can only think of one punishment. I'm going to get some garlic butter and a fork.
Yikes. Dad Man Walking. What's up?
Dad Man Clan.
And the Dad Man Clan. What's up, pal? Mark, it's your fault. I keep thinking of that clip that you have of him. I'm sorry, Dad Man. I'm not going to quote it here. We might get in trouble, but Dad Man, you forgive me. I don't have it.
I sent it to you.
Well, you might send it to me. I don't know. I don't know where it is. No, I'm not going to play it here. It's yours. It belongs on your show. I'm not going to plagiarize you. Do it on your show. But it's Dad Man. You have to forgive me. It's just the funniest thing to me. I love it. I'm sorry, buddy.
That was instant classic. I knew when that happened.
I think it's one of the things that makes it even funnier is that Mark plays it all the time when you're on there to rub it into poor old Dad Man who doesn't.
We love.
Who's just such a good dude. And doesn't need to be humiliated like that, but Mark does it anyway because he's sadistic.
And if you've ever seen Dad Man in real life, which I have, he is such a handsome person with such a sweet face. And now you have him on tape screaming. You play it over and over again. Shin kicks, Mark. Shin kicks.
Yeah.
Andrew 4, 6, and 2. Hey there.
Hello, Andrew.
Well, Dad Man got in real trouble. They were on vacation camping. He was playing Fortnite with me, and I guess he was in a van down by the river on his Switch, and he wasn't playing that well because of different controllers, and then he starts screaming, I killed someone. I'm like, maybe that's not something you want to yell at 1 a.m. in a campground. Exactly. And the missus came down like, keep it down, you're waking us all up. When you're wearing headphones, sometimes you don't realize how loud you're talking.
Indeedishness. Captain Finity. You know what, by the way, Captain, we know who you are, of course.
Captain got me Spock.
Yeah, but you know what? I love the name Captain Finity. That's just perfect. You've settled up. Yeah, I think you've come on something there.
Yeah, but as soon as you fall in love with the name, he changes it.
No, don't change this one, Captain Finity. I'm telling you, dude. Clobby has spoken. Dude, I'm just kidding. You can change anything.
The Clobby has spoken.
Do not go beyond.
Or as my husband would say, the Clobbage has spoken.
Well, but in this case, he knows I'm just joshing him there. He's a grown man and can make his own decisions. But Captain Finity, I don't know, it's something that's a cool name, man. Something about that. I like it a lot. It's perfect. Sounds perfect.
Very time flowing.
Yes. Hey, what was the name of that episode? The professor said something. What was the name of that? She says, what was, I think slow night. What's the name of that episode? The professor said something replicant asked Captain.
Oh, that is, hold on, sweetie pie.
Hold on. Oh, that, you mean D Space Nine, you mean?
Yeah. That's, whatchamacallit. Hold on.
Whispers.
Yeah, it's Whispers. It's Whispers.
And I've got to interrupt you guys because the ever awesome Eric K gifted 5 Clobberin Times memberships, which the people on You can't see. I'm on YouTube, so
Yeah,
I
you
can
can't
see
see it
it.
over here.
You can't see it on StreamYard. So
Who bought him?
thank you for that, Eric.
Eric, thank you, Eric.
Eric, I love you, honey.
Appreciate you, buddy. Hey,
And
Shooter.
thank you for telling us. You know, thank you for telling us. I think it's so rude that StreamYard doesn't tell us.
Yeah, I don't understand exactly why, because it does show you like if it shows you a super chat, right? So I don't understand, and it shows you when someone joins too. I think, like for example, I've come on here and I've seen like it says so and so joined the channel or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I think it shows you when someone joins, but it doesn't show you when someone gifts. I don't get that one. Hey, Shooter.
Pew 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 pew.
Good to see you, sir.
Yes, I agree, Chris Persia. Whenever you're on stream with Mark, there's always danger. He's eating sea tongues. He eats snails. I mean, pretty much anything nasty a human could eat. Mark will eat it. He'll put butter, garlic, and maybe barbecue sauce in it, and he's all good. It's all good.
Yes. Yikes. Keely Chow. Roll Tide, my friend.
Yay!
I love what you did to you. Oh, you cracked me up. All right, let's see here. Make sure I'm getting to finish our hellos, everyone.
Boss, Captain, did you see Captain Cockney Spock, Captain Finity? Look at this.
No.
Whispers noted. I will track it down and watch the F out of it and follow up with essay. That was your assignment, and you accepted the assignment, and we are thrilled. On a go-forward basis, we want to know, is Miles, or is he the replicant?
Is Miles a replicant?
Yeah.
Well, he's right. This is the keeper. It's really the name of my comic book. Perfect. Oh, that is the name of your comic book. I would not know that.
What?
Excellent. I didn't know that was. I think he mentioned that he's doing a comic, but
good.
I love the name, man. So there you go.
So excellent, what are you telling me? Are you telling me that I need to learn this new name then?
I think you should stick with it, but he's his own person.
Okay. All right, I will do my best.
So I just think it's just it has a great ring to it. I think.
Brian, don't do it, Brian.
Hello said I'm sorry.
Will cringe.
It's Brian's fault. But
Crap. Miles. Crap. Oh, Miles. Crap. Oh, Miles. Crap. Oh, Miles. Oh, Miles.
The really evil one.
Head desk.
Medium evil.
Head desk.
That's like medium. Let's warp 2 there.
Yeah.
Captain Infinity and beyond.
And beyond.
Dun, 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 dun.
To infinity and Captain Infinity. Captain Infinity. I love it. Excellent, sir. So, what is going on with our cool vibes, everybody? Hope you're all having a wonderful night before the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your plans may be for the weekend. I hope they're very good plans to do something weekendy.
Yep.
Yes.
Zathras. I'm sorry, I already said so. Zathras say, Zathras, you forgot to say B5 was better than DS9.
Uh-oh.
We're not even at that part of the show yet.
But he's supposed to say that every time he's... oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Eric Gay, for 2000. Why the horror? Oh my! So you're saying you want me to play the Miles?
No, don't play it anymore.
Which one? Number 1, 2, or 3?
No,
I think he wants the big tamale.
Oh yuck!
The one with everything, all 3 together.
Yeah. He wants all. I won't do it. I'll tell you what. Only if Hungry Boy wants me to do it. Scuba Pete.
Scuba Pete.
And Pete. He's the king of the Ramba beat. When he plays the maracas, he goes chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom, pop pop. Oh my goodness! There you go, sir.
How about the short one?
Did you see that thing that Scuba Pete tagged us in? Target selling the original Gangsta NCC 1701.
Yeah, I saw that. They also got the Kirk from Wrath of Khan. Claude got that one.
And we don't have Target in Canada though.
Oh. No Target.
Monkey Jeebus actually bought the Enterprise. He was saying in the chat, so he got the new.
It's $40. It's $40.
That's a steal. Yeah, it looks awesome.
It's not bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So wow!
Thank you so much, dude.
You're right.
We got a no, and it goes to not play it. To not play it. So what you're saying is don't play this.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm telling you something. I wouldn't do it. We got a no and to not play it. Now,
poor Chris.
Wouldn't it be funny if there was a way like to give him like $8 to let me play it?
No.
I can't. There's no way to give it to him. Yeah. J-Man, you passed on. How dare you, sir?
You what?
He said, my comments on past those Trek figures, I passed on them though. Well,
why?
How
and do you own a comic book shop,
son?
J-Man? Is that what you're doing now,
he
honey?
said, what? No, he said his comic shop at his local one he meets.
Oh, okay.
At those figures, yes. But you passed on them.
Why?
Dare you? Well, I guess he didn't want them.
And
Which
the Enterprise, you passed on the Enterprise. It's only $40. Well, it's not $40 for us. Probably $60 for us. Zakarot's here.
Hey, Zakarot, good to see you. J-Man has a lot of clutter in that room now. You know, he said only buys vintage. You snobby.
Yeah, but J-Man, if you wait 20 years, then it becomes vintage.
Yeah,
like if you buy it now, then it turns
Mark.
vintage.
Mark needs a whole other house plus a Quonset, plus another Quonset.
They might be re-releases, but they are vintage. They look just exactly like the old ones. I mean,
the nice thing is too,
the old ones.
You can leave the old. You know, you could take them out of the box too, because then you have, you can decide too. You got the old ones. If I have some of them I kept in the box, the old ones, then I can buy new ones. You know, you can do whatever you want with them. Yeah. So yeah, it's, no, they look really nice, except they have certain other figures we don't want to buy. But
what is this that Pleasant Valley Picker is saying, boss? He says, I am no longer chatting here as you will not read it. So tragic as I figured out the secret of YouTube last night.
I don't know what you figured out there, Pleasant Valley. We do read. We can't read every single thing. I do. We try to talk to our chat as much as possible, but you can't just stop and do everything. So we talk as it goes along. You don't know what we read and what we don't read. We say hello to everybody. It's just not possible to interact with everybody. Every single chat that's put up there. So you're free to chat in there as much as you want. Everyone knows that that we can't stop and single out every single chat. We talk as much as we can amongst ourselves, and once in a while we comment on something that passes by. And everyone seems to be okay with that, but you. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
Well, I feel sort of insulted. I was welcomed with open arms by much, much larger channels. And I really longed for the intimacy of this channel. And so, I don't go on the big guys anymore because I feel more comfortable here with my friends. It's not that I won't go on the big guys because, some of those guys are my friends and I really care for them. They're nice. But I like the coziness of this room. So to be accused of not having coziness here, I find a little bit insulting. But
he said he wasn't serious. And if you're not serious, that's cool. Look, you're a friend here and you can pull our leg if you want. That's cool. But they said, here's the thing about that. And look, I'm not upset, but you can't really determine someone's tone by words in the chat, so.
And I have to disagree with Raquel on one thing. I think Clobby and I are both big guys.
That's true. We are the biggest.
Don't talk that way about yourself.
I'm trying to shrink, but I ran out of PIM particles.
You did fool us. You got me. You were joking. That's fine. You're joking. That's fine. So that's fine. We're going to get you back, though. All right. This is for, since he joked with us, this is for you, Pleasant Valley Picker.
Oh, no.
Your agonizer, please.
No, Mr. Spock.
If you don't want to go to the agony booth, young man, you better behave yourself. It's all fine and good. Don't worry about it. Dad, man, says Mark has my permission to play that clip anywhere and anytime he goes, especially here since you love
all
the
right.
clip.
We got to play it.
Well, we gotta want. It's got a bad word on it, so even though I did let fly with a couple of them last night.
Yeah. McFly.
Hey, you're always welcome here, Pleasant Valley. As long as you don't mind getting the agonizer once in a while.
Chris Persia says, Raquel, what Mark needs to do is actually purchase a house for the family so they don't have to continue living in his museum. Then they can officially charge admission with a wink. And I agree with Chris Persia. And further to Clubby's joking, a jocular admonishment of J-Man, I have to agree. Because if I could have the original NCC 1701, not the refit or anything, like the original for $40 American, I would love to have it, because I would love to take some nice fishing line and hang it from my ceiling in my office. But I mean, it's just, prior to this, it's just been too expensive to buy, and it's hard to bring stuff here. So I'm sending some shin kicks to J-Man, although he is my friend. Such a sweet and generous person. He does so many nice things for me. Yes. But I have to send you some shin kicks, because I want that ship. I want that ship in my office. It's the first time we've had the original Gangsta offered at a decent price. And I cannot believe Scuba Pete found that. So I want.
Well, they've had a decent, well, I guess not for you guys, but they've had it, used to be $30 or $40,
I think
the old Playmates years ago.
Though.
Yeah, because I have the old the Diamond Select one. I got the Playmates one.
J-Man has one.
But this new one looks really nice. I don't know if I really like the clear stand though, but of course I might hang it anyway. But hopefully the stand won't break like all the other ones.
Because you have a 3D printer. How about a gal like me who just wants to have the original Gangsta ship hanging from wire in her office?
What about the model? Do you ever build models, or?
Yes, I build models.
Because you could get that AMT original enterprise model for not too bad of amount of money, and paint that gray.
I just want to thank the RK really quick, so he thinks I'm not pulling Globby's leg or anything else. Fair enough. That's a fair call.
Eric,
both of you, I appreciate you.
Oh, Classic Comics,
what's up, buddy? So, speaking of my buddy J-Man, J-Man and I, in a week from Monday night, we're going to be doing another of our comics review specials, and I'm looking forward to that, buddy. Can't wait, man. DC Comics Presents number 26 will be the assignment, folks. And yes, Decepticon said, I was at least
Aaron Judge
come back in what?
Oh, sorry, I'm watching sports ball. Aaron Judge almost hit his 61st home run. Just missed it.
No one here knows who he is, though.
No one knows who.
I don't think so. I'll leave her.
Yeah, we got geeks and nerds here. Yep. Sorry, I got excited.
J-Man, I think it's 29. Okay, 29. Sorry. Oops. Yeah, DC Comics Presents 26 is a different one now. No, it is. Yeah, it's definitely 29. I'm sorry, Duder. Thank you. I'm an idiot. There you go. 29 indeed, my brother. As Superman and the Spectre. So what now? Did you have a sports ball report for us?
Yeah, Aaron Judge flied out to center field. It is high. It is far. It is caught at the wall. 406 feet, and the wall is 408 feet. So for all of you sports ball fans out there, Aaron Judge is going for the Major League AL record. Roger Maris, who had 61 home runs, and Aaron Judge is at 60. And of course, if you count the count or don't count the alleged steroid guys who hit a lot more, but yeah, so this is one of the great records of baseball. Of course, Babe Ruth, set that record. Excuse me, hitting 60 home runs in the 1927 season at the age of 32. And when he hit it, he said, 60 home runs. How about that? Let's see it. Another son of a beep hit that many. So, yeah, it's a great record, and he's had just one amazing season. He just inning before he threw someone out, going for a double, from the right field wall, threw the ball on a fly to second base and threw the guy out. So he's having an all around amazing season.
It's Mark's fault, but even Melanie didn't mention sports. Well, he mentioned baseball. That's a
nerdy sport.
Football's a great game.
Yeah, but baseball, the nerds gravitate to baseball with all the stats and math and stuff, and yeah.
Pleasant Valley says, I have to let you know, though, on a serious note, we'll probably not be on Saturday Star Trek, because I'm seeing Moon Age Daydream with my cousin and his wife. And I don't know what that is, besides
the David Bowie movie.
Oh yeah, this is David Bowie song. So there's a movie apparently, right?
Yeah, it looked really good. Actually.
Okay,
yep.
I didn't know.
Let us know how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know there was a movie. Well, enjoy it, Pleasant. Oh, your Muslim uncle. What's up, dude? Good to see you there, buddy. Welcome. Let's see here. Okay, let's just knock this out really quickly. This first little segment. How about that, fellas and gents and ladies and everybody else?
Sure.
Ladies and joyums.
Ladies and gerbils.
I just wanted to show one thing before we go.
Oh, never mind. Okay,
Hold on.
sorry. Go ahead.
No. It's not that. It's that it takes forever to do this stupid stuff. Mark, you were asking if I like doing puzzles and stuff. This is what I'm currently working on.
Let's see. Ooh,
Oh my god.
that looks like it's from the Alan Ryan game.
No.
What game?
But it's fully mechanical, so there's a music box and it works.
Very cool.
What
So-
game did you say it's from?
That Alan Ryan
Don't.
game. That's what it looks
Oh,
like
it's
it's part
not-
of the game, doesn't
You
it?
mean this we had to put Wesley's face on there, but anyway.
Anyway,
No, that's pretty
so
cool.
there's
So you're putting this
there's your
together.
answer. I highly recommend these puzzles. I consider them a 3D puzzle, but they're like the models we had in the 70s when we were all growing up. Well,
Yeah.
when the Gen X was growing up. But yeah,
Wow.
I love these. I love this sort of thing, and yeah.
Nice. It's a puzzle. Wow.
It's a puzzle.
Very
It's
cool.
a model. It's a music box. It's got a gear drive and you
I
put
like
it
it.
all together and it's lots of fun.
That's amazing. Love it. Not out an axe Amanda Bear. Welcome, my
You're
friend.
not an ex-Amanda Bear.
That is
Stephen
dang
M says,
cool.
"Is that the same music box that drove Deanna Troy insane in TNG?"
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. That's it.
It is.
Right
Remember
there.
that one?
Yeah, shocking camel toes everywhere.
Ouch.
You always love those Troy episodes, right? Yeah. Just look forward to those. Yep.
Anyway,
Just
sorry to
couldn't wait.
interrupt, boss.
No, it's lovely. I love that. Nice.
So Hungry Boy's saying we
Hunger
have to
says,
include
yeah, see that
puck
puck
ball.
talk. That's not a sport. There's no ball
Yeah,
in
there's
there.
hockey.
I know, I'm just kidding. I like it. Many of my lovely friends love hockey, and if we had a hockey team down there here, I probably would have given into it. So,
Yep.
okay, a little bit of a. I want to run this by everybody, see if you buy into this. This is a strange thing. I told Raquel and Mark a little bit about this. There's a gentleman whom has written a book.
Alleged gentleman, alleged.
Right, he's kind of a jerk, in some ways. I'll put it back up there in a second. Okay, this person, because he says some political dumbass shit in there, like but you know what's it's a day ending in Y. Dave. So this person wrote a book in which he talks about how he has read every single Marvel comic book since 1961, which is where Marvel really started. They were Timely, then Atlas before that. They really only became Marvel Comics Group after the Fantastic Four, a couple little ways after the Fantastic Four debuted, right? So for 60 years. Now, I think he finished around 2020 or something like that or whatever. This article from The Guardian doesn't tell you when he started or anything like that. I can tell you that the dummies who put the picture behind him put a bunch of DC comics in there.
Oh no! Oh no! Are you serious?
These tards.
Oh
yeah.
no!
Here's the article in The Guardian, because The Guardian's dumb.
Gosh.
They got DC comics in there. Look, I mean,
Oh,
maybe I'm assuming the guy was smart enough to know to read, and they've got some Caliber books too. So look at all these. He says,
Batman.
I read all 27,000 Marvel comics, and I had a great time. Here's what I learned. And look, they got a bunch of Marvel, a bunch of DC crap all over this thing. But he didn't make. In fairness to him, he didn't make the picture. This is Guardian, right? All right.
Did he buy them all too?
No, he doesn't give in. Obviously, that's what the book's about, to tell you the specifics. But he said, yes, and he says some dumb stuff that's political. But anyway, this should not be too hard, I thought. as long as I stay disciplined, all I have to do is read 27,000 comic books. Okay, everyone. First of all, I don't know where he's getting that number. I'm not disputing it. I just don't know. Retro Blasting, what's up, dude? All right, buddy. He said, so he's an unbroken Neanderthal or a time traveler or he's a Highlander. Yes. Yeah, exactly. I don't know where he gets that number of 27,000. I'm not saying he's wrong. I don't know.
That's why in-text citation is so important when you try to make an assertion. But we live in a world of opinion where people just speak in hyperbole because everything's opinion. Where is the in-text citation here? Why isn't this article vetted? What's going on with the editor? I'm sending the editor shin kicks. Shin kicks.
Now, because who knows? Maybe all that nice info's in the book. Let's be fair. We don't know. I haven't read the book. And by the way, I want to read this book. I think he says this should not be too hard. I thought as long as I stay disciplined, all I have to do is read 27,000 comic books. I'm sure he's rounding it off, right? Then write about them. I had just signed a contract to write all of the Marvels. I guess that's the name of the book. Mm-hmm. A book about reading every superhero story Marvel has published since 1961 as one single gigantic narrative. The Marvel story is omnipresent. Its characters are everywhere in movies, on television, even gracing shampoo bottles and bags of salad. I dispute that one. I don't think so. Bags of salad. Look, shampoo bottle. Yeah, not salad bags. Just I want to see that. I need that one proven to me. Yet also unknowable. That's also, I don't really know what you're talking about right there. It purports to be one big story. No, it doesn't. Okay, clearly you already don't know much about comics. Just saying. But I'm sure he's an intellectual. Any episode can refer to and be compatible with any earlier one. This sounds like a guy, whether he did it or not, and bless him if he did, he didn't really know anything about comics going into it. Or maybe I'm being snobby and just think he didn't know as much as me. I don't know. But
why haven't you written a book like this? Shin kicks for you.
Because I have to learn how to spell and stop writing with crayons.
You're a great writer.
And I can't write or I can't even read, really. I have to learn to read, too. I think I have to learn how to read to write a book, they say. But, of course, not necessarily, right? Just kidding. You know what would be to see this undertaking is weird to me. I don't think I'm doubting the possibility here. And by the way, everyone reading this, I'm not seeing what you're saying in the chat. I want to get your feedback on it, but I'm going to read the article a little bit if you don't mind. Okay. Let's see. It purports to be one big story. An episode can refer to and be compatible with any earlier one. That's also not true. But not even the people telling the story have read the whole thing. That's true, of course, because they're not insane. They are actually. That's not how it was meant to be experienced. I did not, however, read 6 decades of stories in order. That would have been unbearable. Probably impossible. I don't know. Probably it would have been tough.
But if you loved it, why wouldn't you just enjoy it?
He doesn't love it.
The other thing is too, you could read like all the FF in order, I guess.
He didn't love it. He's doing this as a book stunt. I think, in my opinion.
It would make more sense to read it as it came out.
Well, in order. So that's again, like I said, this is an article about the book, so maybe the book explains things. That's why I'm giving him a little bit of the,
And how did he track it? The way he's describing in this article, he's reading randomly. Here. It's like
that's why I want to read the book.
How did he do that? Where did he have like an Excel spreadsheet?
And he talks a little bit about that.
Yeah, just give her boss. Let's stop interrupting the boss and let him do his work.
Well, again. The article gives you some, but obviously, and let's be fair, even to the article, even though they're dummies who put DC Comics in that picture, they can't say everything about the book or who would buy the book, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, and let's see, that would have been unbearable, he says, and it is one of the 2 mistakes Marvel curious readers often make. It is a surefire route to boredom and frustration, as the fun lies in following your whims. The other era is trying to cherry pick the greatest hits, the pivotal single issues. Taken in isolation, these are peaks without mountain ranges. Their dramatic power comes from their context. Okay. All right, I'm not even going to comment on that. Instead, I would go grazing, looking at whatever seemed most fun that day. The plot dense 1980s Spider Woman, which was also convoluted and crazy. But yeah, then the monstrously huge dragon Fin Fang Foom, followed by a bunch of 1970s romance comics. Well, you did say superhero before, but I hear he just means everything they printed. That gave veteran cartoonists who had been drafted into the superhero game, you don't really know what you're talking about stuff like that. Shut up. A chance to get back to their roots, specifically drawing young women wearing fashionable clothes and crying. All right, first of all, dude, I get it, you're an intellectual that I can't keep up with, and you're smarter than me, but you don't know anything about comics history. Don't shut up. You read a comic, that's great. You don't know anything about what went on with these cartoonists and the superhero game and you're oh, shut up. Sorry. Ugh. I read the stories on couches, on the bus, on the treadmill. I read them as yellowing issues I had bought when they were first published, scored at garage sales as a kid, or snagged from a discount bin at a convention as an adult. I read them in glossy, bashed paperbacks from the library and as gems borrowed from friends. I read a few from a stack of back issues somebody abandoned on the table next to mine as I sat
I
working
100% do not believe this person. I just don't. I don't believe that he just happens to know people who have 1939 comics laying around and he's going to read them
Not
on the treadmill.
1939. No, 61 up. They started in 61.
But it says
still.
here, when I'm doing research, it says here the Marvel comic book eras are the Golden Age 1939 to 56, Silver 61 to 70, Bronze 70 to 84, Modern 84 to 97, Hero relaunch 97 to 04, Marvel disassembled 04 to 12, Marvel Now 12 to 15, All New Marvel 15 to 18, Fresh Start 18 to current.
Well, they're not entirely accurate. They were timely comics until about the 50s, and they became Atlas. And then eventually, after the Fantastic Four launched, they eventually morphed into making themselves Marvel Comics Group.
Okay.
And he said he started at Marvel from their superhero era on up. He said he started 61 years, so it was 1961 he starts.
Is that when he said, okay, well, I'm researching while you're doing this because I want to see some proof here. So I just,
the article, it's not the article's job to prove proof. It's him and his. I want to see his book.
No, it's also the article's job to prove it. Absolutely. The article should be using some form of linking to proving how many he read and where there can be an account of this. Because the more I'm looking for it, the more this is very difficult to substantiate. I'm looking around for it right now. And as a professional editor, that would have been one of the first things I would have said. Where's your list? Where did you derive this list?
Hey, Dave G. Sound, good to see you, my friend. He said, I like the Back to the Future quote by Retro-Blasting, of course. Anyway, so, I'm just telling you what the guy said, but he did start at 1961.
Okay.
Let's see here. According to him.
Okay.
Yeah, the FF, was that August of 61? Or
when we did a show about it where we celebrated it last year.
Yeah.
I sat working in a Starbucks. I read a hell of a lot on digital tablet. I did not intend to read any at the Burning Man Festival in the Nevada desert in the summer of 2019.
There goes his claim to being an intellectual.
I was just saying that as a joke. I don't know if he is one. The only comics I had brought with me were copies to give away of the 1998's X-Force number 75, in which the team attends the same event, transparently renamed the Exploding Colossal Man Festival. But somebody had a set up memorial shrine for Stan Lee, Marvel's longtime figurehead. He's got that right. And at its base, there was a box labeled Read Me. It contained some battered but intact 50-year-old issues of The Amazing Spider-Man, Thor, Tales of Suspense. What was I going to do? What was I going to do? Not read them? Okay, so anyway. All right, here we go. And
Mike.
What?
Michael.
What?
Look at what Michael put in the chat.
Let's see.
Michael.
Show us everything. He should have titled his book "The Adventures of Average People." Gee, the MCU is popular. Let me crash in and say I read the comics version of all of it, not knowing what I'm talking about, and write an ignorant book. Some schmuck will buy it. This dude, yep. Sean, you're so right. You're so right. And the
Cue
guy
Ordinary
did read
Average
comics
Guy
as
by
a
Joe
kid.
Walsh.
He does say he read comics as a kid. So I don't know the guy. He says some dumb political crap. But what fascinated about me, I don't know. I want to know where he gets his numbers. That's why I kind of want to see the book.
That's what I want to know too, and I want to know why the editor of the Guardian didn't vet this, because
it's the Guardian. They're idiots.
Yeah, but the editor should be ashamed of themselves here, because there should be some type of hot link or some type of alluding to where he got this list. And because he's making a factual assertion, and a factual assertion requires in-text citation. It requires, you have to fact check it and make sure that that is the number. So nobody, phones up the Guardian and says, what are you talking about? There aren't 27,000 Marvel comics. There are, 42,000. You have to look this stuff up. They haven't done their due diligence here. I want proof. Show me the receipts.
I hear you.
He says he read Shang-Chi, although it was very problematic.
Yeah, I'm about to get. Yeah, you're reading it now. Okay.
Well, I put it in the chat for people too. Yeah.
And I had an absolutely great time. The best of Marvel's comics, old and new, were as astonishing, thrilling, and imaginative as popular entertainment gets. Oh yeah, no, agree with that. There was also plenty of sophomoric retrograde stuff rushed out to serve an audience of credulous kids or bloodthirsty nostalgics. I was often aware that I was going on something that had only, gorging on something, that had only been made for snacking, indulging, the worst part of the collector's impulse, the part that strives for completeness, just like the Beyonder in Secret Wars 2. Rather than enjoyment.
All right, right now I'm insulted right now.
Yeah, but it is true, because you are a completist. X-Men, Uncanny X-Men with its mutants and outcasts was the comics equivalent of David Bowie's career. What? Shut up.
What? What does that mean?
He doesn't even know. Fortunately, by the time okay, that's probably just a typo. I'd waited in too far.
Great editor here.
Yes, exactly. A useful transformation had come over me. I realized that I was able to find something to enjoy in just about any issue. Examples of a certain creator's unique use of language or weird cultural references that could have appeared at no other moment. That I understand what he's saying there. That may have been Stockholm Syndrome, but I admit, and this is the part I thought was kind of funny, but when someone recently asked me if I had actually read every issue of NFL Super Pro, yes, that was a comic, folks.
Yeah.
A mercifully short-lived series about a superpowered American football player, I said, of course. And number 10 includes both a parody of the mythopoetic men's movement of the early 1990s. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And a character whose power is literally to throw money at problems. Coins come flying out of his hands. Well, that was
the men's rights movement. Yeah. Morton Downey Jr. on TV back then.
I remember it. Yeah.
That's anyway, I'm guessing what he's referring to.
Probably. The reading stage went on for longer than I thought it would. Well, 27,000 comics. You think? Like it should. That's what I mean. He doesn't say how long he did it. That's what I'm saying. If he said it took me 10 years, I'm like, okay, sure. It turns out my brain can only handle so much gaudily colored, hyperviolent soap opera in a single day. The high point may have been wrestling with the thoughtful, exquisitely drawn yet problematic Screw You 1974 through 1983 title Master of Kung Fu, which introduced the character of Shang-Chi, who recently made it to the big screen. A taut, introspective espionage thriller whose antagonist is Fu Manchu. The series became, over time, both more impressive and, for its racist portrayals, more wince-inducing. It's not racist. Never mind. It wasn't racist. You're an idiot.
I'm seeing all of these very clever, wonderful comments in the chat, and I love you all.
I should have starred them. We can start.
No. You just
Star whatever you
keep
wanna
going.
star.
I just want everyone to know that I'm reading along. There are some really great comments here from Snail Messiah, Chris Persia, Michael from Retro Blasting.
I bet he speed read everything. Ask him anything about his experience, and he'll probably say, "I really liked Spiral Man and Colonel America in this evening."
Michael, just so you know, the Nerdist, I just looked up on the Nerdist here, and it looks as though people are trying to crunch the math numbers on what he did. So because you mentioned that, I just want to say that the Nerdist numbers would be 60 years total, would be 540,000 pages. That's 27,000 comics, which they equate to 500 Bibles worth of story. So he would have to read 500 Bibles in 5 years to equate what he is claiming. So there's a little bit of response on your math there, Michael.
So 27,000 pages?
No, comics. It'd be
but total.
540,000 pages.
All right, so 540,000 pages.
Now, remember something. You exclude reprint books, which I'm sure he did. Because they publish way more than that 27,000 if you count reprint comics, like Marvel Tales and Marvel, Super Action and Marvel's Greatest Comics, that sort of thing. Let's see here. He says, then there was the joy of reading Ryan North and Erica Henderson's Disarmingly Tender, The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Oh, series with, okay, shut up. I'm about done with him. I just wanted to see something. I also developed a fascination with the extremely minor 1961 series, Linda Carter, student nurse. It is not good, but by any rough. I'm done with this. Let's see. Let me make sure I got everything I needed we can get away from this thing.
And that's not the Thunderbolts. What'd they do to the Thunderbolts? My God,
that's the shitty new Thunderbolts.
Goodness gracious.
Anyway, look, my whole point about just bringing this article up is because I'm very skeptical of anyone having that being able to do something like this. Now, fair enough. He doesn't say how long it took him. Yeah, J-Man, by the way, that's true. J-Man could do this. All right, folks, I'm going to say he's got to go. Sorry, you got to go, J-Man, but he said I could do it. J-Man could do this.
I think I've read about 15,000 comics in my lifetime.
What?
I think I've read about 15,000 comics, but that's starting from the 70s, so...
Yeah, I just want to know, I have some questions. First of all, I want to know where that 27,000 comes from. And once we start comparing this, especially as an author and as an editor, I'm very curious because, it takes about 4,000 minutes, they say, to read the Bible. Okay.
So someone crunch the numbers?
Yeah. The number crunching is what makes me think it's not real, Clobby, or like something's being fudged here, right?
How fast do you think you guys can read a comic?
If you were reading
2 minutes
8 hours
or 3
a day,
minutes?
It would take you 8 days to read the Bible. And this would be 500 Bibles.
Right. Wow.
I'm going to calculate, but how long do you think to read a comic, guys, in the chat? Like 3 minutes, you think, maybe?
Records. He's got to keep some pretty serious records, too. What now?
How long do you think it would take to read a comic book? 3 minutes if you're rushing
Chris Claremont wrote it. It'll take 3 days. But if
it's not
average
modern ones, no.
Well, if he's speed reading, like
maybe about 5 minutes. If Chris Claremont wrote it 15 minutes, I'm kidding, but
you have to ask yourself if his claim is 27,000 comics, the average, if we're looking at the average amount of pages in a comic, that's 540,000 pages. So you would even if you were speed reading it. So what is this? Water through a duck? Like he said that he read them and found them problematic, was even making judgment calls on their content. So he's making a claim that he read them. So that's equivalent to reading 500 Bibles worth of stories in 5 years. And I'm just wondering if it's even mathematically possible or if his assertion is completely bogus.
Imagine the records you have to keep.
Yes.
Would be, spreadsheets that even begin to cover it.
That's right.
Pleasant Valley Pickard, that would be fine. You should put them in the comments of the chat or however you want to do that.
I want to see his proof. I want to know where he logged the 27,000 comics. And I want to know how he achieved this, because to me, like, it doesn't seem right. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are sometimes when I'm dealing with students and I try to explain to them that, if they're reading slowly and they're not, somebody who's a professional speaker, or depending upon the format, a couple of pages, 2 or 3 pages can take, 15, 20 minutes for someone to read. And it's just, I don't think people realize the amount of text, the amount of prose that's required, and how long it takes to read. Yeah, I'm not sure if I believe it, you guys. I'm not sure if I believe this. I don't believe that he kept track of 27,000 comics. I have no proof that it's 27,000 comics. And I don't believe this guy read the equivalent of 500 Bibles in 5 years. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. What did he do? Did he quit his job?
I don't know. He's a
writer. So what I calculated out. So 27,000 comics, right?
Yes.
So say it took on the minimum, I'll show you the different numbers. At a minimum, it took 3 minutes to read that comic, which is spinning through it like Retroblasting said, like, flying through it. And that would be 81,000 minutes, which is equivalent to 56 straight days of reading. Now that's on the generous side, but if he say that he did it over 5 days, 5 minutes a comic, which is probably pushing it, that's 135,000 minutes. And in today's that would be 93 days of straight. And of course, you can't read, straight. So 93 days. So I guess it is semi-conceivable if that's all you did. But the guy's, is he working to make money?
Those comics too,
unless he's doing it digital, reading it digitally.
You got to do digital for a gigantic chunk of that. Unless you live it in the back of Mile High Comics.
And like Michael is saying, did he read G.I. Joe? Did he read Indiana Jones, Rom?
Yes,
Chris
he
Star?
said yeah.
I think it would be a massive undertaking because, just a cursory look through the internet. This isn't easy to track. The numbers and the issues are not easy to track. So you would be drawing strands from different places to create your reading list.
Yeah.
And so you would have to go through the reading list. And then further to that, he also mentions that he didn't read it in order on purpose because he thought he would have some type of cognitive fatigue. So I'm just wondering, like, that's a pretty big endeavor to log 27,000. But still, let's look at the presupposition here. Who's to even say that it's 27,000? He provides no proof. I call BS. BS. And without receipts, look, I'm willing to say, oh, you did? Oh, what a wonderful achievement. But you can't do that unless you provide me with receipts. I want some receipts.
He's going to have, maybe the book will have them. I don't know. I'm
not buying his book just so I can find out that he's got receipts.
What I'm saying is this is an article. It's not the book. I'm trying to be as fair as I can, as far-fetched as it is. If you see what I mean. $4.99 super sticker from Cardinalson. Thank you, Cardinal. Appreciate you, buddy. Good to see you. I hope you were doing well. Thank you so much, my friend.
It's a how's it going pair.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna look at some of these starred comments we have here talking about this. Michael from Retro Blessing says, so his claim of reading all these Bibles worth definitely begat a huge lie. And I say again, there's no effing way he read a single issue of Power Pack. Who has read a single issue of Power Pack? Kidding.
I have.
I know.
I don't believe this guy read 500 Bibles worth of stories in 5 years. I just don't believe it. Yeah, and I don't even believe that number anyway.
I don't. Again, he could have just said he read a whole bunch of Marvel comics. He could, like, for example, he could have said, I read 10,000 Marvel comics. Oh, okay, sure. And I'm writing about it. Fine, but everyone, I mean, dude, the number staggers me. I don't know if I buy into that number. I guess it's.
I'm checking my comic book software to see if I can search by how many Marvels. Yeah.
Retro Blessing says, guarantee he didn't read any Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Rom, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Chris Star. I call BS.
No. He didn't call BS like a regular person, Clobby. Read that correctly, please. That you have to read that like Captain Kirk because Michael put in periods. I call BS.
I already unstarted. I can't. Sorry.
It's okay. I just did it for him.
Fine. Call BS.
Yeah.
He says, Raquel, anyone doing this as an idea doesn't have a job to worry about. I don't even have a a conventional job, and I couldn't
Yeah.
justify doing this for a video. Man,
Right.
that'd be a lot of videos too if you did. So
500 Bibles worth of
Sean,
material in 5 years. I don't
Sean,
believe him.
Sean said he just read synopsis online. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he may have read a
Reader's
lot of
Digest.
comics. I doubt a lot of things about this. In other words, a lot of the things I doubt about this is that him, getting in that length of time, getting everything. Do you know how many titles Marvel has printed? Titles now. I'm talking about separate titles. Forget issues for a second. That's a lot, of course, but titles are. I mean, it's insane how many they've made. And I'm
4,903 according to an article.
Well, I'm excluding the reprint books.
And why not get a hold of Guinness? Why not get a hold of the Guinness Book of World Records? Like there should have been someone there chronicling this assertion. Without it, for me, this is a BS stunt done to sell books, and I'm not buying his book to find out if he's telling the truth. There has to be an outside source to verify that there are 27,000 comics in this endeavor. I don't believe that. That's a presupposition that I want proven. And I'm not going to buy his book in order to prove it. I think you should provide people with information and facts if you make assertions, and the person shouldn't have to buy your book to figure that out. If you make if the premise is this amount, it should be provable instantaneously.
Well, you sold me on not buying the book, that's for sure. Decepticon says Master of Kung Fu had morality to it. Any derogatory comments lobbed at the hero were done so by villains and pointed out as bad. A better way to teach the ills of such thought than just ignoring it. Thank you. Those, because when he calls it problematic and cringy, he's calling Doug Mensch and the Marvel staff a bunch of ists and foes and stuff, which is ridiculous. They were not like, and whatever else those guys were. They were, when they portrayed such prejudices and things like that, they were, speaking against it. So this guy's an idiot. He's an imbecile.
Well, look at Mark Twain, right? With Huckleberry Finn and how that's been getting taken off. They're trying to take a lot of books out when they're saying, that was the whole point of the book, was to show how evil people can be. Kill a Mockingbird. A lot of places don't want to, let kids have that book. Yeah.
Well, this idiot's definition, Norman Lear was a racist because Archie Bunker was. Because the character of Archie Bunker, who was meant to portray not only his father, but to portray a narrow-minded bigot, which was then to poke fun at him and to put him into the light. But this idiot now, and he looks old enough to have seen All in the Family, I guess, what did he think? Did he watch that and cringe? Like, oh my God, I can't believe they're saying those things. Just shut up, dude. This guy
was Meathead.
He was Meathead, exactly. And Meathead is a real meathead. This guy sounds like the very definition of condescending and insufferable. Must be fun at parties, says Sean. Yes, exactly.
Well, apparently he's written an award-winning book called Reading Comics.
Is that the one? Or is it a different one?
Apparently he won some award for Reading Comics.
But that's not this book. It's a different one.
No, it's not this book, but I don't know, you guys. I think it's weird when you make some sort of Herculean effort to do something that seems insurmountable, that you need to first verify the number that you're going for and that number is real. And it could be, and people can find it readily. And then I think presentism, you have to.
That's exactly right.
That is presentism.
It is. Hey, Matthew Pounder, well done. Yeah, good to see you.
But yeah, I don't believe any of this. I don't believe any of this. And I think that if you're going to do something like this, you definitely have to make sure that you're able to track it and show. So
absolutely, Ishness. And J-Man says, J-Man had to run, but he says, I'm the slowest reader on earth. Well, I'm going to have to say you're second slowest, probably. I'm not the slowest. I've been tested. I have been reading Lord of the Rings since I was 12.
Okay, well, if you re-listen to this, if you listen to this, on, once it goes up on YouTube, J-Man, I would like to offer you some help so that, because, I have students who have literacy issues. helping my students with literacy issues or learning issues. Different people learn in different ways, and our attention is very taxed these days. I would like to invite you to read The Lord of the Rings and go and get The Hobbit and then the trilogy. And then I would like you to buy a really nice copy that's being read by someone with a really great voice. And then I want you to sit down with headphones, and I want you to open up the book, and I want you to play the Audible. I like Audible, but you can get a lot of books for free on LibriVox. That's usually where I send my students. And listen to the audio while you read. It will help you to focus. It will help you to remember the things that you're reading, and you'll be able to read longer. And don't ever judge yourself for not being able to dig into a book. People are finding it harder and harder because the internet and the digital world is rewiring our brains. There's a wonderful a book called The Shallows, written by Nicholas Carr. He does what I do, although I think he's more a journalism side. And he talks to neurologists about how, our attention spans are in competition with goldfish now. That's how bad it is for us. So don't be mean to yourself. Get that Audible. Open up a book with big print. Make sure the font is big so that it's pleasant to read and it's not straining on your eyes. And sit down, get yourself a tea, and listen to that Audible while you read. And I'm sure you will be able to finish it in no time at all, and you will have a wonderful time with it. And I just want you to know, lots of people have attention and literacy issues. Everyone has their own little quirks, and indulge yourself and have a good time with it.
Retro Blasting says, I won an award for reading comics. It was the I have no interest in going out with you award. Hey, I won that. Are you sure you won that? I think I won that one.
Was that my problem in high school too? Was that the reason?
Won it alternating years. I won it one year. And I won, in fact, since I'm a lot older than Michael, I think I won that even before him. So I thought I was the only one, Michael. Classic Comics says, figure 20 comics a day would take over 3 years to read.
Oh, really?
I guess.
Yeah.
Kal-El said that he just put something up there. The article says he started in 2016 and finished in 5 years. Well, I know that it would take a while. So okay.
Well, I'm feeling really bad. I mean, like I'm so far behind on all my new comics. It's
just getting to what Kal-El's saying. Kal-El, like in what I do for a living, like when I'm teaching and stuff, and when I'm teaching people about communications, and when I'm teaching people about literacy and trying to improve their literacy and stuff like that with my adult students, I do have to tell you that there is, like, we do clock when somebody is scanning, when somebody is skimming, and when someone is deeply reading. And so when I'm saying that there are numbers that depict how a normal, like an average person can do that is why I'm having trouble with the math here. There's skimming, there's scanning, and there's deeply reading, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Maybe the guy's abnormal.
He's abnormal. I hope DC isn't the sequel, because it's going to take him 30 years. They had like a good, like, since he started at the inception of pure Marvel, excluding Timely and Atlas, that's 60 years. Well, DC will take is 80 years, folks. So.
That's an interesting point, though, too, in terms of the length, the comic knowledge. Like we were talking last night on your show about sports ball and maybe some other things about knowing people from different eras. So, if the quote unquote kids growing up or the artists and creators of today, how much do they know of the history and the canon? And
they don't know.
I mean, but it's you can kind of tell that from reading some some of the new junk. But
hey, Ezra Goldstein, good to see you.
Hi, Ezra.
But it's so then they're missing out on that history. I mean, I guess you'd hope that they've all read the first Fantastic Four 1 to 102 and some of the classics, and you should go read some of those key issues too. I mean, Yeah, maybe they're a little bit better and if you've got
I'm
some of the
doing
context.
random retro read right now. I'm enjoying the hell out of that.
Yeah, so you could do that. But I'm just wondering, we're like, we're talking about Aaron Judge and the home run record. Babe Ruth is an immortal name, but you don't remember some of the great journeyman players or,
No.
comics or things. That knowledge
seek out
gets
the top stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but that knowledge gets lost. So, and you can see that too, and they keep contradicting themselves, and then the stories just go off the wall, and you can see what and the art is just horrible. So,
oh, Ezra says, everybody. Last week you were looking at prisoner figures. Any Angelo Muscat? No, Angelo Muscat. No, I'm afraid they didn't do any in this last wave. He means, of course, the little guy, the butler, and about the butler who was in almost every episode of The Prisoner.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, they are going to do a wave
next
two.
time. They're doing wave 2. I hope they do him because I'll get that one. Oh yeah, Chris said, Brave wigged out before crashing my laptop. Oh, did they make any assertions to Stan and Jack being wastes for creating Black Panther, yet not being POCs feeling like he would? He didn't say anything about that. I don't know if he's ever going to mention anything in this book like that or not. I'll never know, probably.
Good night, Snail Messiah.
Good night, Snail. Have a good one.
Take care, Snail. Hope you're doing good.
So this was just an article that didn't. I don't think it touched on anything like that, there, Chris. So, no. But yeah.
Well, I was reading some. Sorry, I was gonna say I was reading some Facebook or Twitter arguments about that kind of issue. Who's the creator? And people were saying certain things, and certain people didn't know that who created Black Panther. So it's kind of funny, to see some of the people saying, "Oh, that only certain people could create certain characters." I said, "Well, does that mean that Black Panther shouldn't be in the Marvel universe because of who created him?" And then people had no concept of who the creator.
Like 2 Jewish guys.
And Shooter says that he finds it difficult to immerse himself in stories. Yeah, Shooter, I just want you to try that technique. Okay, I try that with my students, and there's nothing wrong with you. This is what the digital age is doing to our brains. Where what can increase your ability to deeply read and deeply think is actually cursive writing. But you probably don't have a lot of opportunity for cursive writing. So I do want you to feel like you're immersed. I want you to go and get yourself some wireless headphones. Go to LibriVox or use your onboard, your native software that is used for people who are visually impaired, or go to Audible and buy a copy of the story being read, and then get yourself a trade back size. Paperback is very difficult to read. 9-point font hurts people's eyes. Spoil yourself and get a trade back, and then sit down somewhere really comfortable, nice cup of tea, maybe start in the bathtub, and just turn it on and read along with the person reading the story. I want you to be able to enjoy reading again. And the internet is breaking our brains. They're making us shallow thinkers and unable to be immersed to enjoy ourselves. Do not allow yourself to be robbed from that experience that you love. There's nothing wrong with you. Everyone is going through this. So do what I tell my students to do, and I hope it works for you. Please let me know. I have some other strategies if you need help with that. But enjoy reading again, Shooter. And thank you so much for sharing that.
My good friend Retro Blasting says, we need to take a moment and acknowledge how brave and strong this guy is for shouldering the burden for society. He'll be remembered alongside the likes of Marie Curie, Nikola Tesla, and Da Vinci, and Newton, Einstein, Seurat.
One of the true greats.
Yeah.
Yes.
The giants. And then Decepticon says, this dude sounds like one of the critics from the 80s Comics Journal. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, does he issue. Those guys always seem to hate me. They look, and I love Comics Journal. I have all of my issues from the 80s. Sean, I did a show about those types of mags recently. A year or so ago. I love Comics Journal, but they were some elitist snots, and they hated mainstream crap.
I love it when you use that word, SNOTS. It's such a vulgar word. I can't say it, but it's so cute because that is such an 80s insult, and it's so great when you say it. I just love it when you say that.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay. No, it's cool. They are. Well, I always substitute it for snob because I think it sounds even meaner. Snot wad, snot hole.
No, yeah, use the
Yes.
80s saying. I love it.
Well, I loved Comics Journal, the Decepticon. I loved it in the 80s. I bought it every issue back then. I still have all of mine. And it covered everything. Their interviews were extraordinarily dense and brilliant because they were very, very, I mean, they were just very comprehensive and with your favorite creators and stuff. But that magazine wasn't a lot of pictures or flashy like garbage like Wizard or something. It was very, it had a lot of critiques and it had a lot of criticism writing. And that's why I learned a lot. Most of the things I learned about criticism in terms of movies or comics and books was from the Comics Journal. A lot of those guys, they were good writers, but you're absolutely right. They did not like mainstream comics. In fact, I often wondered with some of those writers why they were even there in the first. They had this, one of the running articles in there was Dramas of the Mind by Professor Kenneth Smith, who was at LSU. He produced a fan mag called Phantasmagoria, but I would read his essays filled with $50 words and going, why is this in the Comics Journal? This is not about comics. But Gary Groth, I like Gary Groth, but he's being the elitist that he is, just let him do it because he was Kenneth Smith. No one knows who he is now, but back then people knew who Kenneth Smith was, professor at LSU, the hoity-toity snot bag. And he produced Phantasmagoria, which, oh my God. Oh, mummy, we're off to play the grand piano with some stones and for tea. There's a setup, dude. You snotwad. I like now.
Boss, I have to jump in very
my.
quickly. Please excuse me. I beg your pardon. I hate to interrupt you, but one of our great friends has had the biscuit. He wants to go to sleep. So Dad Man is stepping out.
Cool.
Everyone, please say goodnight to Dad Man.
Dad
Good night,
Man,
Dad Man.
take it easy, my brother. Good to see you, buddy. So I started some comments here. That's the one about it's people like this guy that keeps opinions about comics back 50 years and keeps North American comics from achieving the acceptance and respect it has in other countries like Japan. True indeed. Yes, like similar to what you were saying about the Comics Urinal writers and stuff. He also wrote, Comics Journal was very smart and covered the industry in the serious manner it deserved. Yeah, that never happens anymore. Yep. But I laugh at the mainstream comic critiques. It's like they're punishing themselves. Oh, I learned a lot. I laughed a lot, but I still like, you guys, you snobs don't like anything. They were ultra elitist. I'm like, look, this is about comics after all. They really cared about was undergrounds and alternate comics. They hated the mainstream shite until Alan Moore came along and Frank Miller, and they had to admit some of that was good. And then later Gaiman and stuff. But they still actually put that thing online now. I haven't bought a Comics Urinal in 20 something years. I know I call it urinal, but affectionately, I love it.
Did you see that Classic Comics is playing violin music for your pseudo snob? And Pop Culture Republic just walked through the door.
Hey,
pop, pop, pop.
Pop Culture Republic.
Good pop culture.
Michael Retropassing said, Grace Randolph should be alongside Da Vinci. Well, she probably thinks she should. Yeah. Well.
Hey, Donnie Pearson's here. He's waving hi to one and all.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah, absolutely-ishness. So anyway, that's that, folks. I thought you might. Good to see you, Donnie. Good to see you, buddy. I just thought you all might find that amusing, and I wanted to run it by you all to see what you if you bought into it. See what you thought.
Well, before you draw your segment to a close, would you please go ahead and grab that comment at 27 minutes past the hour by Pop Culture Republic? He has a question for you, boss.
Okay. Let's see here.
Do you see it? Yep.
Yes. Just now getting here to hang out a bit. I hear talk of a book, one to get or one to skip. Well, I don't know if it's a book, pop culture, about a gentleman, a person, a dude, a guy, whatever you want to call him.
Alleged.
Who claims he read every single Marvel comic book from 1961 to present day, or at least up to 2000, I don't know, 20 or whatever, something like that. But anyway, every single one, and he's written a book about it. He claimed he was paid to write the book about it even, and I don't know if the book is already out yet or coming out. It was a Guardian article, so yeah. We were all just kind of goofing on it a little bit and being very skeptical about his numbers saying that was over 27,000 comics and quarter of almost of like 500,000 pages of comics. And yeah, so we were just talking about that. I personally say skip it, but if you ever see it, once it hits the the $2 bins at Barnes and Scroble or whatever, who knows? But yeah, so I'd say I call it a skipper for now if I were you.
Yeah, and
I almost
I
wanted to read
think
it.
the
Raquel
problem
talked me out of
here,
it.
Pop Culture Republic too, is back in university when they always tell you don't round up your GPA. You're not supposed to round up your GPA. If you have a 3.7, you can't say you've got a 4.0. So I think it's really strange that this person is saying that he read 27,000 Marvel comics. It is odd when one is endeavoring to take on such a monumental task and not have that exact figure and be able to back that figure up, break that number down and say, look, this is how I did it, and this is who monitored it. And yeah, why not call the Guinness Book of World Records if you're going to read the what they're saying is tantamount to reading 500 Bibles in 5 years.
And what was the thesis of his book? What was the point of it all? Just by reading them all?
Just to talk about it. I mean, look, no, I mean, if you actually were able to do that, it would be an interesting thing to write about. I can't say that wouldn't be. But.
Yeah, but I mean, who was to say that you couldn't write a book about?
I mean, you should have called his book "Beaten to the Pulp." That's fantastic. Like, wow, brilliant. Okay, so or
Hungry Boy says it'll soon be beaten by the pulp.
Yeah, the boast of a douchebag might be more straightforward. Yes, less poetic, more to the point. So yeah. But anyway, that goes that way. I think Raquel had something and Mark had something for us as well.
I don't have much. Maybe just so we could stay copyright compliant and we don't get ourselves in trouble, one of you fine gentlemen could open up DuckDuckGo or Brave or Google if you must, and just draw up the IMDb or whatever have you of Silent Running.
Goggle? Okay, I'll goggle it for you.
What are you looking for in Silent Running?
Those who watched Cobra Kai will know what I say when I say goggle.
Yeah. Douglas Trumbull, of course,
Silent
directed
Running
it.
With a.
Do you need music while you look for it, boss?
Well, I got it, but what do you
have music?
What do you need to know?
Okay. The movie Silent Running.
But what are called? You want me to show pictures and stuff, or what are you asking for?
Yes, please.
Oh, well, yeah, sure, yeah. I just was wondering what you. Here, I got that. Yeah.
Actually, we have a little music. See, here we go.
There we go. There we go. Let me grab that. Don't everyone fall asleep. Stay awake out there.
That reminds me of Silent Running.
Yes, it does.
That music. Ready?
Yeah, let's throw that up.
So to speak.
Okay, so folks, I am from Canada. This is a very difficult movie to acquire.
JD Lewis, hey.
Hi, JD Lewis. I tried to watch this several times. I even tried to order it through Prime, and I could not. It's just not available.
Are you planning to incinerate a greenhouse or something? Yes. She is.
Okay, so guys, this is not something that is readily available in Canada. It's just not. Anyone who says that it is full of it, because if you actually try to make it happen, it can't happen. So I had a very good friend of mine give me access to this, and I watched it. I couldn't even buy it on Prime. I couldn't even buy it on Prime, saying that it's not available. And it also wasn't available through the Apple TV. It's just not available here. I watched it. Can I just say, wow. It's not a top-notch movie, but I'm going to say this. I sure miss the 70s and 80s when our movies were really good. And just watching this movie just proved to me, Mackany Draws is here.
Hey, Mackany Draws. Hey, good to see you, my friend. Everyone, please, if you can find his channel, if you're not subscribed yet, he has a great channel. He's a magnificent artist, and I've been lucky and honored to be a guest over there. please, everyone, go subscribe to Mockety Draw's channel if you can find if we can get a link in there. And of course, obviously go to Retro Blastings. By the way, Retro Blastings' great channel is just only a few subs away from 100,000. My friends, if you have not subscribed, there. Less than like 80 some odd. So I don't know where he is.
Let's put him over the top.
Put him over the top. I know I don't have the power to put him over that 100 top, but I'm going to try it anyway. Retro Blasting, please go out there and help him get those subs. And of course, sub to McKinney Draws. He's a great person as well. And
Michael.
Yeah. What's that? Oh, yeah. Will Canada's crusade against Bruce Dune never see? Isn't he Canadian?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
However,
I will tell you this.
Are weird, so he's weird. So I think he's
so wonderful to watch a movie that carried such a great message, but it wasn't infantilizing. No one was treating me like I was a child. It wasn't hyperdidactic as though I needed to be admonished. It wasn't some type of corporate hegemony where my thoughts needed to be possessed by the corporation and I needed to think just like the corporation. It felt so good to just relax and watch a great science fiction story with a great science fiction message. So much fun. A great, visuals spectacular. This whole idea that my soul could be light, that I could immerse myself in this story and just have a good time without worrying about partisanship or all the weird stuff that's going on in the world and this terrible storytelling that we're enduring these days. So I would like to say to my fellow Canadians, although this is an extremely difficult movie to acquire, please do. Silent Running is great. It's a lot. I want to say like it feels like Soylent Green. It feels like Logan's Run. It's got that beautiful 1970s feeling. It's like a warm hug. I love it. I love the costumes, the sets, the dialogue, just everything. And I also love that it supports people who are disabled. So there were, I believe, 4 quadriplegics involved with the making of this film. Not quadriplegic. I'm looking for the right word.
What'd you think of Huey, Dewey, and Louie, by the way?
Oh, well, yeah. Huey, Dewey, and Louie were played by people who had multiple limbs amputated. So these are people who have ability challenges. I want to say it in the right way. And I think that that's incredible that we have this practical science fiction, the practical modeling, and we also have human beings playing those robots and actually getting inside of those robot suits. And it's just so wonderful. And I didn't even learn that until after the film. And it was just, this would have been probably a C or even D grade movie at the time. But I want you to push past all of that and just watch this movie and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I've seen this since the 80s. Michael said, Raquel, I agree this movie is great, but also I want to add that if you find this film relaxing, it is recognized you have a funny sense of humor.
No, I mean that it didn't engage me as a scholar. I wasn't thinking to myself how the public was being manipulated by it.
Yeah.
And so for me, Michael, it's really important because that's my area of study as a communications and technology scholar, is this idea, the ideas of primarily Theodore Adorno and, this sort of corporatization of all arts and entertainment, turning everything we have into this corporate culture that should be seen in a religious way. So because that's my scholarly pursuit, I find it very hard to shut that off with modern films. Whereas when we roll back, I can actually enjoy myself, immerse myself in the story and have a great time instead of saying to myself, wow, I want to take notes and use this in an essay somehow and talk about how people are being manipulated here. This is wrong. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. There's none of that here. You can actually have a good time. So
good night, Sean.
Stuff. Good night, Sean.
Hey, Sean. Absolutely. And yes, it's true. These aggro things were used in the Battlestar Galactica They were part of the fleet, the aggro ships.
Yeah.
They reused those.
Beautiful. And what is
and the remake had those too. Yep.
When you go to the IMDb and you look up I would like to mention the actors who were in Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Could we go to that, because there is a specific way that they would like to refer to their abilities, and so I would like to show respect for that by double amputee actor Mark Parsons is visible inside of the tiny drone. This is amazing to me, and this like the fact that practical props, that practical making enables this sort of thing is outstanding to me, because it highlights abilities instead of disabilities, and it highlights it's just outstanding. And so I just want to give as much support to this movie as I can.
And then maybe give a little synopsis of it, or just tease people. And look, there's Smokey the Bear patch there. What the plot is about.
No, I don't want to. Well, okay.
Well, I mean, just the setup. Just like a trailer.
So, basically, there's a team.
They haven't seen it,
and they are tasked with being the very last place in the entire universe where Earth creatures and vegetation still exist. And that's all I'm going to tell you.
Kind of like a Noah's Ark. It's kind of like a Noah's Ark.
Yeah. Yes. But less so Noah's Ark, more so
American Airlines Space Fighter.
Imagine if you were going to terraform a planet, what you would want to establish there to establish oxygen. And so that's a crucial element of the story.
JT Kirk.
JT Kirk. Oh, Pop Culture Republic did not know about the actors in the robots. Yeah, I look up everything I can on everything I watch. I'm very nerdy. I'm sorry, and sometimes it actually spoils movies for me. But when I found that out, I was like, "That is absolutely incredible!" And what an opportunity to showcase abilities instead of highlighting disabilities. So this was great. This is such a great movie. You're going to have a great time with it. Watch it. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Great. Just the acting is this is a great show. Watch it.
And that's named after the Disney characters Huey, Dewey, and Louie the Ducks. Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes.
And of course, my missus always yells at me, "Turn the computer off and watch the damn movie." I'm like, I'm looking up all this stuff about the movie, and I start to read her facts. She's like, "Just shut up and watch the movie."
Yeah. See, this is also why you have some major nerdy tendencies.
Yeah.
You do. I mean, most normal people don't have to look up all of the actors, all of the production, everything that happened, what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, this was great.
Nice.
So
excellent.
I just want
to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, please do.
It's a gooder.
And also, please go back and watch 1943 Batman. I got a little bit mixed up last week when I was talking to the boss, because the boss's brain he has a giant brain. And so I got a little bit mixed up. It's actually the 1943 Batman that I'm in love with. So
not the 49.
Not the 49. It's 1943.
Maybe you watch the 49 one after you get done with the 43 one.
Yeah. 1943 Batman. So that is what I'm endorsing. And I'm definitely endorsing Silent Running if you just want to enjoy yourself again.
Wow. Screenplay by Stephen Bochco, the late Stephen Bochco, who created Hill Street Blues, right? I believe so.
Yep, and don't forget Douglas Turnbull stuff, Star Trek fame in 2001. And look at this. This is right. And of course, now we know why Raquel likes this movie, because they've got pool in it.
And they have pool
it also has poker in it. So
and poker, yep.
And not just any poker, but Texas Hold'em.
There you go.
So Texas Hold'em and billiards. So of course I was like, ooh.
Nice. And the other thing to mention, I think Classic Comics mentioned, or someone in the chat, I want to make sure I get the right person, but these droids, aka robots, they weren't called. Did they call them droids in the
I don't think so.
No, they call them drones.
Drones. Oh, that's right. Yep.
I think.
But I mean, they look like, obviously Star Wars was inspired. The robots, aka droids, and then the new Andor series. If anyone's watched that, there's I've only watched about 20 minutes into it, but
I did kind of like that droid on end.
That droid, yeah. So that evokes these drones too. That's that kind of like that.
What a
power
beautiful
droid.
thing to say, Mark.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, that droid was different from any droid I've seen in a Star Wars thingy. It was one of the more interesting things about Andor, to be honest. That droid.
And doesn't he kind of look like Huey, Dewey, or Louie? In some,
I can see a similar. He's not like other droids, Astro droids I've seen in Star Wars.
Yeah, and his speech is a little off, and
no, I see what you're saying.
He's very rugged and kind of the same. Got the same feel. Yep, and they're playing cards. Yeah. But it was it took me a while to find this movie too. I know it wasn't easy to get. When I finally got it, it was because people kept telling me, "Oh, you should watch this movie," and it's real, and it's got a great message too. It's real nice, deep. There's a lot of thought that went into this. It's not a. If you're looking for a shooter, this ain't it. So if you're looking for a pew pew pew.
That's
These are the Valley. One of these is the Valley Forge. So they've got these biospheres on it, and they're they've got all the plant life and animals. So yeah, the quick and easy analogies like a Noah's Ark or something like Raquel said, where you need to repopulate a planet. Yep.
Well, it would be as if Earth was needing to terraform itself again. But Matthew Pounder is saying, I love all that 70s chic design. Matthew Pounder, I absolutely love this kind of thing. I mean, I wish I could afford this furniture. This furniture is so expensive, but there are many nights where I'm a very private person. I don't like to talk about myself. First of all, because I'm boring, and second of all, because I'm boring. But there are many nights where I just look up all of these beautiful designers who did this, the furniture for Space Odyssey, for the people who did the furniture for Star Trek, the people who did the furniture for this show. It's so expensive, but I would fill my house with this, Matthew Pounder, if I could. I love it. People think it's cold and unfeeling. I feel like it's warm and inviting. I absolutely love it. This furniture is a soft hug to me. It's like it's the place I want to go.
It's like the furniture from 2001. If you try to buy that now, it costs a mild fortune.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
I know. I've tried to buy it, and I've also tried to buy the knockoffs. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's a great poster design there. Tells you a lot about. That's all you need to know about the movie, right? Encapsulated in that poster, which is great. So just give it a teaser. That's what a poster
Yes. Okay, and then I have one more item, and I hope you all enjoy that.
That's great. I love this kind of stuff.
I hope you all like that. And I have one more super boring and dumb nerdy thing to say. Jupiter is going to be the closest it has been to Earth in 59 years on Monday, September 26th. So mark your calendars. If you have a telescope, get it out. And look forward to some gorgeous pictures because, there it is. Beautiful. Yeah. And it's it's just going to be a very, very special night on Monday, September 26th. So
do I have to wear my seatbelt so I don't get sucked into space with Jupiter's immense gravity?
That's right. You have to wear your seatbelt for the whole day. Yep, and that's it for me. That's it for my nerdiness, and thank you for my segment, Captain Clobby. I love you.
I love you. That was wonderful. Look, I love when you did this. Is something we should do more often. Like pick some kind of I want to say forgotten film, but a film that's gone a bit obscure that no one thinks about much anymore. And once in a while in the clubhouse, it's good. We've done it a couple of times, I think. And talk about something. It's easy to talk about the popular stuff, but it's. This was a great idea.
The thing is that without all these digital connections and without all these friends that you've introduced me to, I couldn't watch any of this stuff. And I've wanted to watch this stuff, but it's either like extremely expensive. Like there's no way I could afford to buy these movies and bring them here, or they're simply not available. And if you talk to people out on the open internet, all they do is Google something and then they're like, oh no, you can get that there. They're full of it. You can't. This stuff is really hard to find. And so as our friends and extended friends that you've introduced me to have allowed me to be able to watch these movies I've always wanted to watch, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. And every time the Clubhouse comes on, I want to gush about it. The 1943 Batman is an amazing Batman. If I would have had access to 1943 Batman when I was a young girl, I would probably be a comics fan. I would probably be a geek instead of a nerd. That 1943 Batman, wow, that guy is an amazing superhero. He's a hero. Anyway.
You can be both. We allow you to be both a geek and a nerd at the same time.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to leave behind all my books.
And for this,
what do you think? Geeks don't have books? Good God, you see all the damn books. They might be geeky books, but they're books. So
yeah, but
you can have
the
any
thing
book
is
you
that
want.
you're a super high level geek and you read a lot of books, but it does take a lot of time to learn about all of these films, to learn about filmmaking, to learn about these comics, to learn about publishing, to learn about art. Like the stuff that geeks know, it takes a lot of years to curate that stuff, to imbibe that stuff, to form opinions about that stuff. Like there's stuff about film and popular culture that that Doomcock knows, that Mark knows, that I would never know because I had my nose in a book. And so I deeply respect geeks because their knowledge is vast in some pretty technical stuff that I would never study.
But before the internet,
cool stuff.
We got all that geek knowledge from books, though.
Yeah, and it takes a long time to read 7,000 comics.
27,000
no,
comics.
That's not true. As you said that, I went and did that right now. I just went and read at invisible super speed. I just read 27,000 comics. So now I'm in here tonight. I'm going to report to you what my findings were. I am a dumbass. That was what these comics say for reading 27,000 comics. No, I did read 2 comics today. So that I got a little catching up to do to that guy, of course.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't read any of my new comics today.
Mark. Oh, I love you, Mark. The 3 drones were played by 4 bilateral amputees. Okay, so that is what I should have said. Bilateral amputees. And I just wanted to pay them the utmost respect. And thank you so much for that, Mark. I was looking for the exact diction, the exact vocabulary that they want us to use. And wow, when 4 bilateral amputees show that they aren't their disabilities, that they are their abilities, we should champion them. We should shout their names from the rooftops. This was such a great thing they did, and they just made this movie even better.
Yep. And I also wanted to read this too. They said the model of the Valley Forge is 25 feet long. Take that, Enterprise. And took 6 months to build from a combination of custom castings and the contents of approximately 800 prefabricated model aircraft or tank kits, which is called kit bashing, which is what they more famously did on Star Wars, but it was always done. Yep. After filming was complete, American Airlines expressed an interest in sending the model on the tour circuit, but this was not feasible due to the model's fragile nature. In fact, during filming, pieces of the model frequently detached. The ship was subsequently disassembled after several years sitting in Trumbull's personal storage facilities. Several pieces, including the domes, wound up in the hands of collectors. Several domes survive, including one that now rests in the Science Fiction Museum and Hall of Fame in Seattle. And another that was sold at auction.
The practical effects on this movie are so delightful. They're just so beautiful, and they just inspire the imagination, and they're so immersive, like practical effects should be.
They are. They're extraordinary. You guys take the con for a second. I got to get me a medicine.
Oh, okay,
medicine
boss.
Here.
Sure thing. Yep. All
right.
So, Mark, enough about my segment. Let's talk about your segment. What interesting and wonderful things do you want to talk about this week?
Well, I've got my Star Trek, since this is Star Trek month, right? And I've had these by my best to show for a while now. So, but I'm glad to show them. So these were the Star Trek official fan club. I think this is the first issue that I had.
I have to make you big. Hold on.
Yep. But don't make me too big. Oh, sorry. Good thing Clobby's not here, because
there you go.
Look who's the first person on the screen. So that's our buddy comments on Wesley Crusher. I just had the opportunity to look through issue 66. I was mentioning the marks, blah, 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 blah. That he should be in class. I'm afraid the history and naval tradition dispute Ms. King's assertion. Okay, they're already debating Wesley Crusher in there. Wesley's position as acting ensign is the close equivalent to the early practice of appointing teenage boys as midshipmen and sending them to sea to learn the arts of a sailor, which is true, I guess. Yeah, odd as may seem, in the 18th and 19th century. So midshipmen stood helm and watches on ships. Yep. So yeah, so they're debating. I had no idea that was going to be in there, and so they're debating, Wesley in this. But this was our bulletin board back then. This was your internet. Oh, the Gorn just took a dive. Of course, this issue they're talking about the final frontier, and of course we're all excited to watch it. This is just a great, they're showing you, parts of the movie and they're filming it and some of the scenes talking about Yosemite and.
Well, and did you want to take a segment and read a little bit?
Well, I'll just go through this one and then I'll show some covers and then if there's something
what would be really cool, if you don't mind, I'm sorry to interrupt,
Sure.
but see how you're on a page called Official Star Trek Collectibles?
Yeah, that's pretty
Speaking
cool,
of geeks, nerds know nothing about collectibles and we don't have collectibles, but I'll tell you one thing. I know that there are some super geeks in our chat and they know about the hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of these collectibles and this merch. So, since Scuba Pete's here, Michael from Retro Blasting appeared here, materialized here, and there are others. Maybe you could go through this page and we could talk about
that'd be a fun
these
page, yeah.
collectibles.
Sure. Yep, that'd be fun. Yep. Let me zoom in. All right. Well, Clobbering Time. He's got the screen on. There's a setting in StreamYard where you can make it even bigger, even full screen.
Hold on.
It's under. They hide it under settings. You have to go into the settings though. It's the solo setting. It's called. Let me just.
I can't get into that. I don't have access.
Oh, you don't have access. Okay, I thought under settings.
Hold on. Under settings.
Is it under virtual? Is it under camera? Is it camera or is it virtual?
Nope, that's me. Nope,
no,
I can't do it, honey.
Background.
I have to wait for the boss.
Where do they hide that thing? They call it darn you, StreamYards. It's the single person crop or whatever. I can't remember what the crop layout I think is what it's called.
Crop layout.
Yeah, they hide it though. It's like one of those settings that's hidden. It's like a weird spot where so I actually have I have a hotkey set to it, but yeah, sorry.
Of course, you have a hotkey set to it.
Yeah, so you can go between.
Okay, you're gonna have to wait for the boss.
Yeah, no, that's okay. But just because then it makes it easier for people to see.
Yeah,
I'll zoom in here. Yeah. Let me get my mic stand over here. So hold on a second.
Okay.
That way I can put this in the mic.
And I'll provide some Clobbering Times music while you do that.
Yeah. There we go. Let's do that. That way I can. There we go. Okay. Well, I shall zoom her in, as they say. So Star Trek 5 T-shirts. Let's see. We got a Star Trek 5 satin jacket. Now, satin jackets were all the rage in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Members only. You've got your.
I want a Star Trek satin jacket.
Right? Yeah. I'll just pick this up like this. You've got your that back. So get some light on the subject. Of course, that poster I have, the Star Trek 5 poster. These porcelain dolls, I've seen them in stores. They're really not that good. Sorry, guys. They're $75 each.
Holy!
That was back then in the 80s. So I don't think
Jiminy
they had
Cricket.
I don't think they had any high quality 1/6 scale figures back then. You had the Migos, so these were kind of like a take to try to, hey, let's get some real high quality.
Scuba Pete
dolls,
says, "Ooh, satin."
Satin, yeah. Here you go. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I want.
I like this Star Trek 5 poster.
Nice.
I always love this poster going through the 4, excuse me, going through the Golden Gate Bridge. Yep.
Yeah, the Bob Peak posters are all great. Great artist.
This one's it's pretty good, but it's
You had me at satin jacket.
Yes.
I want to go and look it up and see. Now that the boss is back, I'm going to give the con over to the boss. I'm going to go check and see if I can get a satin jacket.
Hell yeah, get one. Order it from this mag here. This is only like 30 years ago.
Yeah,
so everyone in the chat
magazine. Surely they have one left for me.
Yeah. I sent the check in. And the pins. You got,
the old Closet Day pins. The old Closet Day
pins
pins
on the bottom here.
Right, Lynn's like,
original
the price.
Original 74 action figures. These prize collectibles were discovered in Canada. Someone stole them from Raquel's basement.
Right.
And are in mint condition. And are available for a limited time from the official fan club. If you missed these Mego 8-inch action figures the first time around because mom or dad wouldn't buy them for you for Christmas, don't miss them now. Kirk, Spock, and the Klingon have removable uniforms, utility belt, removable phaser, and communicators, and the Spock figure also comes with a tricorder. These special collector's items come in the original unopened packaging. Order now. Only $24.95, which was a lot of money back then because most action figures are like $5 to $6.
Whoa! Yes. A 1990 Star Trek 25th anniversary satin jacket is a whopping $423.24.
Yeah. And when did this mag come out? This was published
early 90s, late 80s,
89,
early 90s.
89.
Yep. Okay.
89.
Yeah, I don't know if I had that issue or not. I may have, but they were selling them in stores.
Command the Starship Enterprise using your touch tone phone. Wow. Many space missions. So interactive phone promotion. You can call. Yeah. Assisted by the complete Star Trek cast and command. 6 different 2-minute games available, each costing $2.50. Callers that win the game will be offered a captain certificate signed by Gene Roddenberry, Harvey Bennett, and William Shatner. Each caller can receive a Star Trek gift by mailing their telephone bill with the number circled to a specific post office box. Complete information on how to receive the gift will be available via 900 Trek. The telephone number will be operative May 31st. Do not call that number. So, and what we got here? We got the next generation phaser weapon.
Yeah.
That was the ugly one.
That's a weird look. That's not even. Is that the Dustbuster? It's not even the Dustbuster.
It's just the hand. Type
like a phaser 1 type thing.
Yeah. This Louis Gallup toy features different built buttons for phaser light and electronic beam phaser sound. Price $10. Because this was just before Next Gen was coming out, I think. When was Next Gen? Or 88? 87. Okay, so it's 2 years
87.
Okay, yep. And then Next Generation action figures, $14, $50. So these are Louis Galloub. All 12 action figures should be in stock in July. So that was the first. Sorry, it's tough to read and see where the picture is. Yep. And what else they have? Oh, they have a Next Generation lunchbox. How much is that? That's $10. Yep. So yeah, so that Galloub line, it wasn't very good toy line, I have to say. There's a nostalgia factor to it, but it wasn't great. Playmates was much better. And then what do we got in here? Ooh. Just want to check, make sure this is my old address anyway. Look what I got.
Did you dox yourself?
No, I didn't. Well, it would have my old address anyway from 1989. So, oh, look at that. That's glorious. It's still in
the forwarding address though.
It's nice.
And look, I got my Star Trek official fan club patch. Maybe I'll ask Grandma to sew that on for me somewhere. Yep. Welcome, dear member. Welcome to the Star Trek official fan club. Here's your membership kit. As a new member, you receive exclusive news, interviews, and photos on the world of Star Trek through Star Trek, the official fan club magazine. The club also offers a Star Trek cast and crew mail forwarding service. Simply send us your letter addressed to your favorite Star Trek character, Wesley Crusher, and we'll forward it on to his or her address. We also encourage you to write us with your comments and opinions on all aspects of Star Trek for possible publication or readers' comments column in each issue of the magazine, kind of like a comic book letters page, which is always fun to read. When writing the club, if you require a response, please be sure to include a self-stamped envelope, include your membership number, when inquiring about your membership renewing, or when sending us a change of address. With Star Trek The Next Generation blasting its way into your television screens every week, and Star Trek V preparing for release, there's more Star Trek being made than ever before, and you'll love it. You'll be receiving a first-hand look at the new Star Trek productions as a member of Star Trek, the official fan club. Welcome aboard, and we hope you enjoy being part of the Star Trek adventure. Oh, and there's I never signed my membership card. Oh, I should have done that. So
Shin
yeah.
kicks. Shin kicks.
But it's pristine though. So it's pristine. See, I could have sold that. Yep.
Lenrod, I just checked. The phone number no longer works.
At least you tried.
You tried.
BC's leaving. He says, tired, time to sleep. Good night, BC. Everybody say good night to Pleasant Valley.
Good night, BC. Yep.
Good night, BC. Have a good one, buddy. Sleep well.
Yeah. Dream of Enterprises. Yeah, see the original Enterprise.
Don't sleep poorly. Sleep well.
$8 for the Enterprise model. Oh, the 3 Enterprise model kit. I got that. I built that. Yep. Got it somewhere. Got to find it. $13. Oh, that's one I should have bought when I saw in the toy store.
What?
The Galoob Freighter and Ferengi set.
Yeah.
I saw it one day in the toy store. I never bought it.
Do they have in this book? I can't remember. Do they have any?
Seriously?
Not yet. No. Star Trek at Role Playing Adventures. I know LT was talking about that. Yep. The calendar.
You might want to know that.
Collector's plates. Yep. So then this is look how you had to order back then, guys and girls, gals. You had to.
We don't have any gals here except number 1.
Okay, but you had to like fill out this text, which I used to be able to read in 1989. Look how small this is. And
now your arms aren't long enough for your eyes.
Ordering form. And you'd put in like SO1 and you'd circle. Oh, they only have XL. That's not fitting me now. US, Canada, foreign or total. And you have to total this, circle the novels you wanted. I mean, look at how small this is. And you got to, oh my God. So this is before the internet. And then you'd have to send in, your postage.
Classic. Sorry to interrupt. I beg your pardon. Please excuse me. Classic Comics has to scoot. He says, I have to go as well. Good night, folks. Classic Comics, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our show. And thank you for your great company. Everybody say good night to CC.
Good night, Classic. Thanks for being here tonight, buddy. Have a good one.
So I love these. I love these Q&As. Like, yeah, I noticed some of the scenes from the new film you have Star Trek crew riding blue horses. Why did you pick blue and not orange or green? Laughter. Well, because those colors don't take the code as well. Went through a lot of variation. We start off with a unicorn for Dad Man. We wanted a unicorn, and someone said, "Do you see Legend?" They had a unicorn in there. I said, "Oh my gosh, we can't go with a unicorn then." We started playing around with different ideas. We want to have a horse in there. There's just ridiculous.
They're Rosses against orange horses. That's all.
Yeah, they put blue horses. Yeah. Do you think Star Trek will be remembered in the 23rd century? And if so, how do you think people will perceive it? I don't think they will remember Star Trek. Boo. But my fervent hope is there will be some people around who remember the show. But people in the 23rd century will be worrying about other things like whether we stopped the greenhouse effect in time, whether we cleaned up the pollution, and so on. They'll remember whether this generation cleaned up the planet or there won't be any memory at all.
Who said that? Nimoy.
That's got to be. No, that's
Nimoy to me.
No, that's
Shatner.
I think it's Shat. Let's see.
Shut up, Shatner.
Yeah, Captain's Log. William Shatner exclusive interview.
Well, in fact, in that case, I'm sorry, Mr. Shatner, but I have to ask you.
Your agonizer, please.
I just read it because I read the heading, like remembered, and I obviously read this years ago, but it's been a while. So but then they've got features on, then they do close-ups on an actor, writer. But it's and look at this. Official marshmallow dispenser of the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah, I remember that stupid. You have that, right? That stupid marshmallow thing.
Of course, I've got that. Do you think I would not send away for the Star Trek V craft marshmallow dispenser?
You're the only one that bought that.
I got that. Where
Didn't
is
he
it?
show it to us when like we first
Yeah,
started
he
hanging
did.
out
That's
with him?
right.
And
He
we're
did
like,
show it. Yeah.
he did, and we were like, I can't believe you have that.
That's great. A marshmallow. They didn't
Oh,
call them
there it
marshmallows on
is.
there though.
Oh,
Wow.
Mark. Oh, how many of your Cub Scouts have you showed that to?
None. Don't even look at it. Don't even.
You sing "Row, Row, Row Your Boat" at the
Yeah. Yeah, and
look
it's
at
got
that.
your.
Does it work?
Does it work? Yeah.
Christ.
And then you got the fork.
Is that plasticky?
Plastic. It's plastic. Yeah, it's plastic. But here's the
Obviously.
knife and fork.
Wow.
Len goes, shall we?
Love it.
And then you keep going down here, and then the marshmallows. I should get some marshmallows in the kitchen. Come on, marshmallow dispenser. Here we go.
Put some marshmallows in there.
So it pushes
Did you ever-
them up.
Did you ever put marshmallows
I
in
think
there?
I have marshmallow. Well, hold on. I'll be back. I think I've got some
I'm
marshmallows.
just asking, did you ever do
I
it?
believe this is
now I
what
got to.
happened last time he produced his marshmallow machine.
Marshmallows. I remember Spock's called it a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Because I remember the Star Trek V novelization. I don't know if it's in the script, or
I'm
not.
sorry, I can't concentrate on what you're saying.
Oh.
JT Kirk.
Oh no, don't! I'm not putting that up.
JT Kirk, don't put that up on the marquee.
I gotta put that up on the marquee. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't put that on the marquee.
JT Kirk, sir.
Your Agnes.
Agonizer, please.
That one with a 10-foot probe. Maybe I shouldn't mention probes in connection with that, but
Wow.
But the reason for that was McCoy had actually programmed the computer as Spock was relearning everything after being reborn. So he went into the ship's computer.
It in the book.
He changed it to smell
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
So Spock would say it wrong.
Yeah,
but that's in the book, though. That's not. I mean, I don't think they filmed it or anything.
It's not in the film.
Yeah, but you know, if you're a true fan, you should know that. So here's my marshmallow. Oh no, but there's jet puffs. They're not
Dillard made
crap.
it up.
Let's see. I hope this thing is sanitized if I eat one. So let's put our marshmallows in.
What do you do now?
Nothing. He just is so
So now you know you got your.
Oh,
All right,
my
let's close this up. Pretend it was closed up. Let's see here. This thing never worked that well either. All right, so it's closed up. I'm by the campfire.
Get ready for some marshmallows, folks.
Scuba
Attempting
Pete.
to toast.
You know, it's a good thing I can't see the chat from here. The problem. Well, actually, I did meet the missus the next day. I had a camping trip. I met her the night before, and I stayed up way too late.
Met her, you mean?
I met her at a bar. I'm getting personal here, but it's
Right
okay.
after
I met her at a
this
bar. Not after this, but I had a camping trip. I was a Cub master at the time. I was in charge of all the kids, and we went with all the dads, and they're like, "You look really tired today." I'm like, "Yeah, but I think I met the person I'm going to marry." So I said right off the bat. So anyway, yeah.
JT Kirk, you a bad boy.
Look at that. It works.
Scuba Pete.
Attempting to toast.
I'm eating a marshmallow.
You didn't toast it first. It works. See?
Watch it. See? You know, you guys laugh.
You have to make the jokes about
How else would I eat my marshmallows if I didn't have this? I mean,
True.
well, I mean, if
Why
you don't
do
have this,
marshmallows at your house?
Moors.
It's Mark.
I like marshmallows. I love them.
He
I'm just
probably
saying.
had an outdoor theater presentation complete with barbecue no more than
I
2
love
days
them.
ago.
I love marshmallows. I love to roast. I love to toast the marshmallow in the Spock did. But what does God need with
JT
marshmallow?
Kirk, you're killing me, honey.
The only flaw is you can't get the last marshmallow out easily. See, it's retracting, and
JT Kirk.
I'm sure it is
is being bad.
retracting. You have to stop, or Scuba Pete and JT Kirk are going to kill me. I'll die.
you'll die.
Fucking Jason.
All right, let's try it again. Let's test the marshmallow.
I can't even. I gotta press mute for a minute.
Christ.
We lost Raquel. We killed
Cal,
Raquel.
so did you invite her to go see the Green Lantern movie too? No, you didn't force your wife to see that, did you?
No, but we went for my birthday
your
in
friends.
June.
Yeah.
That was my friends we forced to go see that. Yep. So let's try that again, folks. It popped out.
What is it with you and this marshmallow dispenser, boy?
JT Curry, don't you dare leave me, not after starting all this crap. You stay
You know
right
how old
where
that
you
thing
are.
is? You're eating things that came out of something that's like 40 years old, 30 years old.
What's the worst
Very
gonna happen?
unsanitary.
I lose some weight. I mean, what's the?
You might care. I mean, it's just saying it's not sanitary.
Well, McCoy,
Brian Hepburn, do not join in.
I asked McCoy to sanitize it for me. Oh wait, now the last marshmallow's stuck in there.
So was this in the movie? They didn't explain, like, does this thing just miraculously replicates marshmallows, or just they puts them in there? Because you wouldn't think, you can't fit a lot of marshmallows in it, so I wouldn't think in the context of the fiction of the movie that would be something efficient for carrying marshmallows. I mean, just having a bag full of marshmallows. Yeah. So unless it makes them, it's because it's a technology thing.
I believe it makes them.
Yeah.
And
I think what happened was I think what happened was the story was Kraft heard about the scene and tried to make this. We'll come up with a marshmallow. Kraft
heard about it. Some dumbass at Paramount heard about it.
Yeah, and went to Kraft. Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's good cross promotion, but Brian Hepburn has made a good point where he said,
"What?
Big Oscar Mayer didn't get this."
Yeah, they didn't make it for weenie roast, huh? No.
Good thing I'm not reading all this, Jack. I probably couldn't stop laughing.
WD-40, of course. I don't know.
WD-40 is actually not a good lubricant. It's a water displacer. So for a lubricant,
all right.
Silicone-based lubricants are much better.
Okay, no more. You can handle it.
I'm not the one that brought out the marshmallow thingy.
I was showing marshmallow dispenser. I didn't let this go off the rail.
I'm actually crying.
So look at this glorious one.
Oh wow.
Oh, look at how cute he looks there. Hi, sweetheart. There's my cutie patootie.
Yeah, so no more talk about marshmallows. So Final Frontier.
Scuba Pete says that was forking awesome.
Those are good marshmallows too. They were
hey,
good.
Oliver
Belamonte. Hello there, my friend. Good to see you.
Elizabeth Shatner. That's Bill's daughter. Yep. There we go.
80s films would be. I'll get that in a minute.
Yeah, right, JT Kirk. I agree.
Yeah, so this is just such a great article with Gene, interview with Gene. So it's
that's an interview with Gene.
Yeah, Gene is a young boy.
Well, why didn't you scan it and read it? Why didn't you scan it and send it to me?
I've already read it. It's in my memory bank somewhere. All right, here we go. Yes, I was. I was not very healthy as a young boy, and science fiction offered me an escape. You could travel to strange worlds, meet interesting creatures, and regardless of your disability, we're able to travel anywhere. I remember listening to some of the old science fiction radio shows and being fascinated by them. They really encouraged your imagination. In fact, the radio itself was science fiction to me. But science fiction challenged the imagination, and as a young boy, that appealed to me greatly. The funny thing is that everything in science fiction at one time or another. The time we're living in right now would be science fiction to people living 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see another good question. I mean, they're all good questions. What are you looking for in the third season? Good episodes? No, he says we're looking for good dramas, stories that may shock you and make you think. If we make you stop and look at something in a way you had not looked at it before, then we've accomplished something. Now, that's a great answer. That really is a good synopsis of what I enjoy about Star Trek episodes. I'm not looking for stories with enormous space battles. I hate space battles. There have been 8 or 9 series that use space battles, and none of them lasted very long. Take that, Battlestar Galactica.
Did they say that?
I'm just adding that.
I know I did say
that. Yep. There are plenty of other shows out there to watch if you're looking for space battles. I'm also not looking for stories with grand new technology. Technology, we can get right down to it, is pretty boring. Suppose you've got some group who comes up with a better computer than the Enterprise has. So what? From an emotional point of view, so what? Well, Orac, I'd argue with that. But if there is there's a race capable of coming up with a better computer, I'd much rather have a story about the people who created this computer and their relationship with data. It's people stories that interest us. Technology is part of our dressing, but it's no more important to us than Jack Webb's pistol and Dragnet. I would like to explore the drug problem further. I don't think we've really answered that yet, and because it's such a problem today, I think there's still stories to do that would talk about why people do drugs. So yeah, this is. I mean,
and then according to multiple sources, he allegedly had a difficulty with that as well, which led to his premature death. So
yeah,
something he allegedly struggled with himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a Star Trek cake there, 20th anniversary. Of course, the way the cake people make cakes today, they think they would have made one that was exactly like the Enterprise. That's still cool. But yeah, this is. I can scan this for you, Raquel. But there's some great. Some great stuff in here.
I'd like that if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. No.
Could you
mentions.
that?
Here.
Like I know you're
sure.
busy and stuff, but if you could scan it and email it to me, I'd love it. Oh, don't fold it. Why are you folding it? What's your problem?
Stop. Come back.
Oh my God! Why did you just try to fold it backwards? I swear to God.
Oh my.
Raquel, when I got these, I used to read these everywhere. I probably read them in the loo. Some of them in the loo. I mean, who knows?
Bro, no.
Don't even look at it. Have you seen Spinal Tap? The scene where they're showing him all the guitars and Nigel Tufnell and Rob, he's being interviewed, and he's like, can I point at it? He's like, no, don't even look at it.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at it. Yep. So, well, here we go. Has Data turned out the way you intended him to? Oh, yes. I did a show years ago called The Quester Tapes, which gave me a little pre-training in androids. I always had the idea in my back of my head that if it was done properly, not a clanky metallic android, but a sensitive human-like android, it would be successful. A character that is purely Pinocchio, and Data is just that. He wants more than anything to be a real boy.
That's right. Our Pinocchio. Yep. I miss Gene.
So this is, when you get it straight from the creator there.
That's right.
Okay, here about the Klingons. Why have the Klingons changed in looks from the original series to films on the Next Generation?
Read it.
Because in the making of the original television show, the Klingons or aliens I could get were basically people with 2 eyes, 1 head, 2 arms, and all of that. I couldn't afford appliances. It almost broke our budget just to put ears on Spock every week. We didn't have any money. So when we came along and did a motion picture with Klingons, I said, let's try to make it a little different than humans. As long as we've got the money, let's try to do science fiction.
Yep. I reported that on Saturday Night Star Trek.
Yes.
Good stuff.
And he talks about the transporter.
Are lovely.
I had envisioned the ship 11 stories high, and something occurred to me that would blow my whole budget in the first act if I had landed on a world. So, yeah. Why did you name the starship Enterprise? Why not the Yorktown or some other name? I fought in the Pacific in World War II, and I was down in the air where the Enterprise and others broke the back of the Japanese fleet. It was a proud name. It was to me in those days, but I guess a very young man. I guess I still cheer those days.
Aw.
So yeah, so there's, and of course they would always sell. Oh, I have this mug. Maybe that's where I bought it. Star Trek transporter mug.
Oh yeah.
I've shown that on the show.
Oh before, yes, the color changing mug. Yep.
Oh yeah.
They disappear. That. They disappear. Yep. The hottest product
color
ever made.
Mug. They still have those, everyone at home. You can get those on Amazon.ca.
Yeah, they're fun. Yep. And I bought all these models. So let's see here. Yeah, so this was the same. They have the same. Oh, you got a fold out on this one. Yep.
Yeah, lots of nice stuff to order there.
Spice Williams.
Nice.
Building the body and mind of Vixis.
Vixis.
Wow, don't mess with her.
I won't.
She has wonderful muscles.
Yeah. Wow, it's strong women back then. I didn't think that existed. So that's her.
Oh,
yeah.
Great. Too muscly for me, but she looks great. Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was in Star Trek 5. Here's the convention
Muscle
listing. Look at this. 1989. San Francisco, Manchester, England.
Now you're just
Toronto,
bragging.
Canada.
American. Now you're American
yeah.
is showing you braggart. You and
LA,
your fancy schmancy conventions.
Oh, the Dome at at Syracuse. Let's see. Manhattan, Pasadena, Dallas, Maryland, Omaha, San Diego, Jolie, Orlando. Nothing in down your way, Clobbering Times. It
What
looks
about
like.
Missouri?
Let's see. Do they have Missouri?
Cape
Minneapolis,
Girardeau?
Illinois. I'm not seeing anything.
I went in '89 to Cape Girardeau, Missouri. You know who was born there?
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, and that one had Harv Bennett, Marina Spertusface. Who else? I can't remember exactly who else was in that one. And
Las Vegas.
I'm glad I pissed her off. So
yeah.
Viva Lost Wages.
Nice.
And then also available Star Trek: The Lost Years. A special offer on audiobooks. So these are. Have I read? Yeah, some of these I've read. Yep. Spock's World. That was a great one.
Is our chat frozen?
How do you mean?
I'm not seeing
I don't know.
comments.
Oh, it's moving on YouTube. Yep. Brian is saying I'm looking from across the room. Says bag and board that now. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody said anything for 5 minutes. Oh, here we go. There's Pop.
If only someone would hurry up and create a functioning time machine on all the conventions I could attend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could attend because Len and I are going with you, Pop Culture Republic.
We indeed.
What was that? Yeah. Oh, Riker. Oh, that horrible outfit and Riker wore in Punzo Garuku.
Oh,
outfit.
yeah.
Icarus Faster. Yeah.
Icarus Factor. Yeah. Wow. Nice.
The Star Trek news. Yeah. The Lost Years. James Dillard. Although,
Oh.
I bet James Dillard, she was a cute redhead.
There's a great article on Tasha Martell.
Too pretty. Arlene Martell.
And of course, I just read the book by DC Fontana.
You did?
Which is really good. Highly recommended. Oh, look. That's where Dungeon Module S1. I've been looking for that. It was in my Star Trek books. Dungeon Tomb of Horrors. Character levels 10 to 14.
D&D.
It was just D&D stuff, yeah. So here's the old school dungeon, yeah.
Yikes.
That was for the dungeon master, yep.
We weren't allowed to play D&D.
Yeah, look at that
That's going to get
picture.
me demonetized because it's demonic. Get it?
I think we already were
Demons.
at this point with the other stuff, but yeah,
No, we didn't put it on the marquee.
No.
Oh, this is D&D
Just
from
kidding.
Tomb of Horrors. Yeah.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
separate.
Cool.
So here, I'll flip through, just show the covers because it's the hour's getting late. So
Show some covers though. Aw.
yeah,
The Forest. Chi Poof.
Walter Koenig and set exclusive.
Nice. Beautiful cover right there.
Final Voyage of Captain Kirk.
Sexy.
Sneak interview. Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh,
I
I don't care about this issue. Let's go to the next one.
Let's
Hi there.
probably don't. That's why I know you saw that underneath.
Hello.
Yeah.
There's my
Wow.
guy.
That I should frame and put on the wall. Maybe I will.
Yeah, you should. What's your problem even?
Oh, and
You
there's
cut it off. What are you gonna
what's
do? Cut it
happening
off?
there. It came in like a brown bag.
Cut the cover off or what?
It wasn't a Playboy, but it came in a brown bag. This one actually, is there something in the middle here? Let's see.
I don't know.
Oh, it's just because of the toys. Oh yeah, remember these? Yeah, I never bought these, but these are Star Trek walkie-talkies.
Niceness.
Those are cool.
You
Yeah,
have the
those
older
are
ones. Huh?
$35. Expensive. Yeah, I mean I have the older ones, but those kind of look more.
Those
Obviously
are more like a little bit more close.
yeah, Enterprise clock. But yeah, of course, the main focus is Gene Roddenberry looking back. Yep, exclusive interview.
Yeah.
So what year?
Hey, you should scan that one for me.
So this was overwhelmed by my extraordinary loss. This is when Gene died. Yep.
Yeah.
You want me to read this from Majel?
Yeah.
I am touched and overwhelmed by your extraordinary response to the loss of my husband. As many have you truly said, it's everyone's loss. Letters have poured in from around the planet. The house has been filled with sweetness of both flowers and the thoughts that came from them. So many people have been so generous, so loving, that it only serves to reinforce Gene's unswerving belief in the goodness of the human heart.
Wow.
Those of you included a return address will be receiving a note from me. Imagine
What
that.
a beautiful lady.
I intend to answer each one of you. However, you must be patient. There are so many of you happily.
Oh.
But so many others sent anonymous flowers, cards, gifts of to charity, or just signed their first names that I want to take this opportunity to thank you too. To Tim in England, to John, Linda, Bill, Joe, and Bob, to Brenda and Paul in Canada, Kimberly in the Navy, to Japanese friends, and to the hundreds of others whose loyalty and love meant so much to Gene, I send you my profound thanks and affection. Believe me, each bouquet, wreath, card, gift, each thought was and is treasured, and from me to you, so are you. Peace and love, Majel Barrett Roddenberry.
What a beautiful woman, and so eloquent, and such a class act. Now compare that to Nincompoop getting on Twitter to complain that he does not want any more unsolicited mail.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Like, just the difference in behavior. Oh, anti-derivative Jill is here.
Hey, Jill.
Jill?
Hey, Jilly. What you doing?
Star Trek 6.
How are you?
Undiscovered Country. Hi, Jill. We got Brent Spiner interview.
They always had cool covers. Well, usually.
Yeah.
Until that one.
Whoopee.
Guinan
was an interesting character.
I love Guinan. I just don't like
Whoopi. Yeah. The Borg are back, so he's back to play tennis.
Real cute ass of Borg.
Preview of season 4, right? Yeah, that was like we got to know what's gonna.
Oh, Mr. Angel just woke up. He's here. He's down under. Remember, Mr. Angel's here.
Hey, Mr. Angel.
Morning, Chef.
And look at this.
Hey, Chefy. Yep.
The Trial of James T. Kirk. Star Trek comic books, and they picked that one as one of the. That was by Peter David. This is a phenomenal
Trial
series.
of James T. Kirk. There was some
so good.
Silly stuff in that one, as I remember, though.
Yeah, but it's a gooder. I know we gotta flip through quick. So let's go.
Yeah, no, you're good. You got some more?
Oh, I got.
It's fun looking at the covers.
Yeah, it's fun to look.
You have every issue, huh?
Well, starting with that one, I have every issue.
Oh, come on! Do you have to spoil it?
All right, that's it. I've had it with that.
What a revolting development that is.
I have had enough of you!
Effective. The Next Generation.
Nice.
Kim Cattrall. I never liked her hair in that with the
but I love her
cutaway. Yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
She was okay.
I thought she was. I always loved Kim Cattrall, especially Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah,
nice cover.
This is a great cover. This is a good cover too.
Nice
I love
cover,
this cover. And the Enterprise actually, I don't like the D
Inside,
that much, but that's a good
Poopy
D.
Stew.
Hey, Poopy Stew's inside.
Plus Deep
Space Nine. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're pushing Deep Space Nine. Yep.
Hi there. I'm on the cover.
And look,
I'm Professor X.
Meet the cast of Deep Space Nine.
The cast of Deep Space. Don't watch them. Watch my show.
Mr. Angel said, "I almost threw my phone out the window as a reflex when the Wesley Nader popped up." Ah!
Excuse me. Is someone calling me Poopy Stew on the show? I protest. I don't like being called that. I think something should be done about it. Don't call me Poopy Stew anymore, or I'll come over there and
complain.
To take a nap. Yes, that's it. I'll write you a very stern letter.
Yes, all you do is complain.
Yes, I'll call a conference like I always used to do in
Back
surrender.
in the trunk, you go. Back in the trunk. Off with you now.
When I was captain of the Enterprise, I surrendered and called conferences all the time.
And look at this.
Shatner.
He's going to be on QVC November 10th. 3 hours of Star Trek collectibles. Imagine how fun that would have been. Join us for authentic autographed memorabilia and other specially licensed products. Check your local cable listing. And this poster is in the Smithsonian. If you go to the Smithsonian, the Sea, Air, and Space Museum, that they sell that poster there. That's if future.
You guys spell
space
catalog the
posting.
wrong way.
I think they probably still have QVC. Linrod, I don't know.
Ooh, Playmates
do.
Borg. On these vinyl figures are pretty good too. I had a bunch of these vinyl figures.
Oh, Chris Persia says, sorry, gang.
All
But
right,
I have
buddy.
to say goodnight to you all, even if Clobby's channeling up Sir Poopy Stew is second to none. But Chris Persia,
It's
I
all right.
love you. Thank you for
Good night,
everything
Chris.
today. Your wonderful advertisement of our show, endorsing our show, advertising
buddy.
our show, being a wrench on our show, just
Appreciate
being
you, bro.
amazing company. I love, love, love you, and you know it. Everyone, please say goodnight to the great wrench of the North, Chris Persia.
Good night, buddy. Take care, man. Thanks for all you do.
You know what's always fun is like showing something in the catalog and then showing the item that you bought. So these are the pewter ships. I still have a bunch of
Good pewter, though. You have to be careful with pewter.
I won't eat it.
Well, just don't touch your mouth. After you're done touching it, don't touch your mouth.
Lead in there, yeah. But yeah, so I probably bought these. I have a bunch of these, and that's just I forgot they were in there.
Don't touch your mouth.
How much were they? Oh, $18, $16. Oh, not too bad. So yeah, let's keep flipping through. Here we got Deep Space Nine. And these have a nice smell to it. Can you smell that through the camera?
I bet you they smell amazing.
They smell stored. Oh, this is. Oh, if I had this for them, we reviewed that episode when you guys reviewed that episode, Relics. Making a Relics.
Nice
Recreating the
stuff.
Enterprise Bridge.
You did have it.
I forgot that it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it'd been fun to go through the article for that, yeah. Scotty, it's green.
It's green.
And we got Rick Berman and the Next Generation feature film. Rene Augerbois. I can't say his name properly, and he's Swiss. Bergenois, and he's Swiss, and he's Swiss too. So I should be able to pronounce that.
Mm-hmm.
And his father was a famous Swiss painter. I believe it's his father was a very famous Swiss painter. Yeah, he comes from a very artistic family. The Law of the Federation. Don't go over warp 5.
Yes.
Maybe I don't know.
What? You
Or
said
the
that on the cover?
Yeah, it says I don't know what that means. Yeah,
Wait, let me see.
the Law of the Federation. Inside the Law of the Federation. I was just joking.
Oh,
but,
screw that.
yeah, I don't know I don't remember. Legal quagmires of the Federation. Probably the Ferengi. And,
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess Measure of Man, Drumhead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I guess that's what they're
That's
talking
an
about.
interesting article. Sure.
Yeah.
How
That's a
fast
classic
you're allowed
cover.
to go in space. The Prime Directive.
They're recycling that famous photo, but yeah, Nichelle Nichols, Reach for the Stars. Let's see if yeah, well, that'd be a great one to read on their passing. Yep. Oh, we don't have time to read this now, but
Yeah.
there's some good stuff. There's some good questions in here. Yep. Would you be disappointed if Star Trek 5 were to be the last made? Yeah, because I would hate to go out on a low note. I would have been satisfied if Star Trek 4 had been the last that really was Star Trek. Perhaps when they might do a Star Trek 6, the originals, and do a dynamic story. Oop, take that, Will. Bill Shatner, yep. Of course, there was a lot of problems with the budget. Ooh, look at this classic.
Oh, boy.
Arf. Oh, no, that's the good one.
That's
I
a
thought.
good one. I like
No, that's the good one.
It's not the ghost one. It's not the
No,
ghost.
no. When I was first looking at it, I thought, oh,
But
boy.
Ghost. Yeah. Was this the one with
It's
Barclay?
the green wet dreams in the lamp.
Yes, Hollow's Pursuit. Yeah.
This is Hollow Pursuit. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and look, I got another. I guess when you join up, I got another
Ooh.
patch.
Why don't you have a
Hey.
jacket with all these on it?
Yeah, another. Is that the same photo?
Yeah, you?
Do I have what?
Okay.
Oh, a jacket? No, I don't have a jacket. I didn't buy
Yeah,
this silk
like
jacket.
I would wear that to the con, like at least one day out of the 3 days of the con. I would wear that jacket. Like, what's your problem even?
Yeah, I gotta find these. I had these.
You
I had these
laugh. I'm
pictures.
being serious. What's
I
your
know
problem, man?
Yeah, what is your
I
damn
got
problem?
extra ones, but I don't know if I should take it off. It ruins the value of the magazine.
Why? You would let somebody else have that patch? What's the matter with you? You need to be smacked about your office, Buster. Nobody else gets those patches except for you.
Yeah.
Put them on a jacket. Wear it to the con. So people are like, hey, man, that's cool.
That's cool. Yep. Oh, Susie Plaxon.
Oh, Susie
Wowzers.
Wowzer indeed, sir.
That was a snazzy outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a and this is the last one now. I think this is the last issue. Then it became the Star Trek Communicator. So I think number, I don't know if they kept the numbering. This is number 72. And then they went to new numbering. Let's see what they did. But yeah, this just had always some great articles in here, great background on Star Trek. This issue is pretty thin, actually, page-wise in terms of story. And of course, always trying to sell you stuff, which is always good. But you get that great interview, and they'd always profile a book, read some books.
Oh, Scuba Pete said you could put it on a hat.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a gooder. That's what I should do, Scuba.
Yeah.
Yep, good suggestion.
Damn it.
And this became, what's on here? Some kind of plastic. Oh, is that a... I don't know what that is. Or it could be a spider's web or something. Behind the scenes, U.S.
Kill it with fire!
Here's the Voyager. Tim Russ, Star Trek's latest Vulcan. Yep. But then they changed to the Communicator, number 101. It's number 101. So
yeah.
And here it went to like all color. I think this one was on newsstands.
It was.
I think that, yep. So how
Pretty sure I used to see it on stands all the time. I used to buy it on stands eventually.
Lenrod says, quality bathroom reading.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Shooter, are you behind in the stream mentioning marshmallow? It says marshmallow question mark.
No, JT Kirk said, I'm surprised there's not a bunch of marshmallow all over the cover on this one.
Oh, that okay.
and
marshmallow and everybody. Okay, I didn't see that part. I missed that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who wants the Troy mug?
No, thanks.
Spock one's cool.
Spock one's terrible. What are you talking about? They're all bloody awful.
Well, Kirk is probably the best out of all of them, I think. And Worf is good. Well, those are great to keep your pens and pencils.
I'm happy. That might be lore.
Look at this. For your is that a communicator? No, that's a little phaser for your keychain.
Mm-hmm. I had one of those in the 90s. Come to think of it, I wonder whatever happened to it. I think I got it at Cole's bookstore. Oh my gosh. Now I wonder where it is. I want it back.
Checks.
Star Trek checks. I think I ordered some of these at one point.
Oh, I remember these. We had these in Canada as well.
Let's see what they got. Wow, there's a lot of collectibles in this. My goodness gracious.
It's so weird the way that Americans spell checks.
Is it?
That's the wrong check in Canada. It should be CHEQUE. Check.
No way. It's so easy. CHECKS.
It's okay. You guys also spell analog and catalog wrong.
That's true. I told you we're shitty spellers.
God, these are cool. Look at that. Journey to the Edge of Forever, City on the Edge of Forever pop out card.
Wow.
Yeah, some cool Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, those pop out
remember the
cool.
micro machines? Everyone in chat, I got a ton of those micro
still
machines.
Have some.
Those were great. God, those were the days. Oh, and this game, Spectrum Holobyte, the Generation of Final Unity. This is a great game to play. That was really good. Final Unity. The voices of the cast. Yeah, that was really good.
Been enjoying this show and tell, but I gotta get Night All Pop Culture Republic. Thank you so much for joining us. You were great company tonight. Thank you for supporting the show and for your wonderful company. Everyone, say goodnight to Pop Pop Pop.
Good night. Now this was really cool. This was a masterpiece replica. It's $2,000 plus 100 shipping and handling.
What? Get out of town.
Limited to 5,000 numbered handcrafted models. 1994 Paramount Pictures.
$2,000. Take your shadow and be gone.
23 inches long and accurate scale, 1 to 1,000. Measured from all available documents as well as actual television model, this replica is authorized and fully authenticated by Paramount Pictures. Internal lighting, very small fiber optics. So this was high tech back then too. Time switch and specially designed elegant base. Blue nacelle light glows from the recesses of the nacelles. Now this is
only a geek would spend $2,000 on one of these models. It's so
Well,
I cannot
a rich
believe,
geek.
Yeah, I cannot believe the collecting, the merchandise that geeks do. It's unbelievable to me.
Because someone could look this up on Fleabay and see what it's going for now.
Do you want me to go check?
Yeah, that'd be interesting to. I'm sure it's. I'm sure it kept its value, especially if 5,000 is quite a few. But
hold on.
Ooh, Jean-Luc Picard plaque. Limited edition 5,000. I just want to go through this mag just to see what the cool stuff. Yeah, and they always had these jokes. Call it a hunch, but I think we should try exploring in that direction.
What should I look up? Oh, here it is.
Star Trek, but it's official Paramount model, I guess. That's
hold on.
1994, I think. Yeah, 1994. 5,000 Paramount Pictures. Yeah, so that's probably it.
It's not here.
Probably, I mean, it would. Yeah, it's so rare, probably too.
It's not here. It's not on Fleabay. At least not Fleabay.ca.
Yep. Look at that cruise. Go to Bermuda. Who's on there? Huh? Did they say anyone here?
Been doing this cruises forever.
Let's see. I love this time traveling. Gorn, yep.
His Gorn, like Clobby's Gorn, is so good.
Oh, too kind.
Hologram posters,
keychains,
Quarks bar,
all kind of fun stuff, huh?
Yeah, I remember this Enterprise alarm clock. How much is that going for? It's $36, not cheap. Your own bath. Oh yeah, here we go. Yep. So here's all the Playmates figures.
Oh yeah.
And then when they came out with this Playmates Enterprise, it's like, I don't believe it. And then they did the original ship too. Then we got our vinyl figures here. So I have a bunch
JD Lewis. Take care, buddy.
JD Lewis is leaving. Good night, JD Lewis. Thank you for joining us. Everyone say good night to JD, please.
And we got, of course, the really cool pewter miniatures. Look at the Enterprise. You got that version.
I'm glad I don't have any of that pewter though. Like I just,
you don't like those?
Unless it was made in the USA and it was pewter, but I don't want to have pewter because it's too much lead. Like,
oh, that's all right. Anyone's got lead.
But it's scary. You're not supposed to touch your mouth.
No, it's all right.
A lot of that pewter is dirty pewter. It's not even pewter.
I grew up perfectly okay with plenty of lead, right?
Yuck! Don't say that.
You did have plenty of lead.
I was the 70s kid. I mean, do you think they cared about?
I know. In the 70s, nobody cared.
Nah.
I know. We had lead in gasoline. Okay.
These are beautiful. These are. I have the next Wrath of Khan script.
I've seen these. Oh man, I think I had some of them. A brother of mine has them all.
Yeah, they're nice.
Collector scripts. Oh yeah.
I have it. I can't grab
it.
I should actually frame that and put that in something easier to. Yeah, these are the micro machines, I think, or what are these? Yeah, the micro machines. God, those were the days you go to a store and buy micro machines.
I love micro machines.
Yeah,
I still have an Enterprise original series Enterprise micro machine hanging from the rearview mirror of my truck.
Well, that's
probably
cool.
People see that and go, he's got the ship. He's got the Enterprise in there.
So these are the models. These are models, I think. Yep. So that's Deep Space Nine. $10, $16. Yeah, the models are out then. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Some more posters. Oh, and these I bought all these chrome art prints. I'll pull those up someday to show everyone. They're kind of cool lithographs. Yep. Wow, look how much stuff they're selling in here. Holograms, aliens, encounter, illusion print, Trek postcards, posters, Star Trek earrings, watches. Let's see the cool watches there. Yep. Earrings. Yep. So there we go. Collector's pins. Yep. Wow, look at all these pins. Oh, these are nice.
Hey, you remember when I told you could have a cool jacket?
Yeah. Look at all these pins.
Wow. Those cloisonne pins were amazing.
The pin collection.
I do collect some pins.
Yeah, they did a cloisonne pin of every episode of original Trek. I remember seeing them at the cons all the time, and they were too expensive to buy them all, so I bought Mirror one, of course.
Oh, good.
And
I got them as a gift.
That's them there. See?
Yeah, there they are. That's the episode ones, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Miri. Oh my God. Yeah, that's so great. There's Shore Leave. There's Changeling. Wow, that's fantastic. Got them all. I don't have them all, so they got them all, of course. But I would love to have gotten them all. How much were those?
Let's see, $5 each.
Oh, see, that adds up.
US, $6 Canada, $7 foreigners.
How much would that be for? I don't want to know the math. Well, Jill's our math expert.
79 times 5.
$5 a pop, 79.
Well, 5 times 80 is 5 times 8 is what? 40.
$395 to buy them all.
But they are pretty beautiful.
They are great. They're small, but they're great.
Ooh, Mr. Angel says Raquel would definitely not enjoy tasting Roman sweet wine. They sweetened it by boiling wine and honey in a lead pot to sweeten it. Yeah, and there's also an Italian tradition of having a beautiful pewter bowl, and you fill it up with ice water, and then you fill it up with fresh ice, and then you soak peaches in it. And you serve the soaked peaches, and they're ice cold and really refreshing. So, but whenever I see those pewter bowls, all I'm thinking is, wow, I wonder how much lead is in that. So, I mean, pewter is gorgeous if it's pure, but it's just there was a very large window in history where pewter had lots of lead in it, or at least that's what I've been led to believe.
But I'm pumped.
Led to believe.
Look at this. You can get a Counselor Camatol standee.
I love those standees. I want one of Leonard
35
Nimoy.
mackerels. Kirk, yeah, they got Kirk, Spock, McCoy. Deep Space Nine, Next Gen, yep. For $35. That's a good deal, actually. God, I wish I'd gotten the. Where's Spock? Oh, Spock's back there, yeah. The standees are fun. And this the Bird of Prey Star Globe. I've got that, actually. I do have that one. I do have an Enterprise one, too. I got. Where's that?
Nice.
Is it up?
It's not just a pewter that's the problem, Shooter. It's also because Shooter says don't serve Raquel anything in a pewter goblet. Exactly. But it's also crystal. Lead crystal has a lot of lead in it as well. And what's worse is that according to what I read, the alcohol makes it intensifies the leaching of the lead. So if you pour like port into a lead crystal glass and you drink out of it, it increases how much the lead leaches, and it significantly affects your IQ, your ability to think, and your intelligence. It's very, very dangerous.
That explains me. I must have had a lot of it.
Star Trek boxer shorts.
Yeah, Lenrod, it's so funny, hey, because people are like, "Oh, I have crystal in my china cabinet," and you have to correct them, and you have to be like, you mean lead crystal? You mean that?" And I think it was in stained glass too. So if you were in churches and the sun was beaming through it, the lead would be beamed onto you. And there was a big problem with it being in mini blinds for many, many, many years, to such a dangerous level that Canada started banning the import of mini blinds into Canada due to the lead content. Because, of course, people close the blinds to keep the sun out. But if they're full of lead, the lead's in the room.
So this was great too. Remember After Dark screensavers? I wish they still made these for the PCs. I tried to get this to run. I got to run an emulator, but remember the flying toasters? So actually, I do have this. I have the original series, and there were some phenomenal screensavers, and like you had, all different screensavers you could set up. I didn't use that one with the counselor, but you just had some great interactive animations that would come on, when your screensaver would come on. The Trouble with Tribble ones was hysterical. But you can run it in a DOS box, but you can't get it to run in a Windows box, but you can't get it to run natively anymore. I wish someone would come out. I think screensavers are kind of dead now, but
yeah,
those are fun. Yeah. Oh, Star Trek Voyager.
That's very glossy.
There we go. Kess.
Did you see that video that Monkey Jeebas tagged us in?
Which one?
With Kate.
Oh yeah, yes, I did see that.
He's like, I can't wait. He's rubbing his hands, right?
He can't wait to see us beat up on Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can.
I don't know. Should we rethink of reviewing that? Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, you can subscribe here. Gene Roddenberry's Lost Universe. Leonard Nimoy's Primordials. I don't know what that is. You remember what that is? Leonard Nimoy's Primordials? You had a comic book?
How come that sounds familiar? Yeah, Clobby, maybe we should just review 10 episodes in
my season. Excuse me, it's just review each season.
Yeah, what are we gonna do if we have no viewers left? If people are like, "Oh my god," and people are just.
We always have fun, no matter the quality.
Voyager.
That's right, boss. That's right.
5 of us here.
That's right, boss. That's right.
Can someone look up what that is?
A lot of the same people might feel the same way about Enterprise, but we love Enterprise.
Yeah, but I'm willing to sit in a room alone with you and celebrate Enterprise, and Andrew will watch because it's his favorite Star Trek, except for TOS. So,
no, at least we have somebody who likes it.
Yeah.
But now Voyager, we'll just for Katie, we could let her. We should let her do all the reviews of it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness! Katie will show it so much love and affection.
She does love it. Yes.
Yep, and I'm just gonna be the biggest
meanie. I thought this said a Vulcan for all time. He's not a Vulcan. It's a villain.
He's a villain.
He's a villain. Yeah. There we go. Yep. So that's. Oh, here's the battle damage Playmates. Of course, I do have that. But yeah, that was new collectibles. Yep. So then we got the Playmates figures.
Len looked it up. He said it's a comic series.
There was a comic. Yeah. Didn't you say that?
No, but I'd never heard of it before. Yeah.
That was a long time ago, though.
A long time ago. Yep. And here we go with all the new figures here. Bosch.
Little Zeki.
Jake, Grand Nega, Inconceivable, Ram and Nog.
Clobby does a perfect
yes, he
Zeki.
does, yeah.
He does a perfect Negus. Yes, his Grand Negus is spot on.
Oh, they did Toss. Wow, they did Toss.
It's so perfect. What? I mean, it's better than your Gorn, and your Gorn is perfect.
Oh, too kind.
Wow, they had a figure for him too. He was only in one episode, right? Dax, Q.
It doesn't look like Q.
Riker in DS9 uniform.
I don't like these Playmate figures, Quark. I can't make any profit on them.
Perfect. It's so good.
Luxwana. Oh wow, this Nausicaan. Tom Chat.
Not easy to do the mouth on the Nausicaan, that's for sure.
No.
Oh, brother. Tasha Yar.
Look, they wrote Natasha Yar instead of
yeah,
Tasha.
She looks like Archie from Archie comic books.
How's the Nausicaan?
I saw an interview with her recently that was done right after when she was before the episode aired. Her last episode aired, and she was talking about how wonderful it was to be on the show and all that kind of stuff. And part of it, well, you did ask to leave.
Yeah, you did say that you couldn't imagine yourself. Oh, what did she say too? That's on the Star Trek website. She gives a full interview where she was like, she says, "I was dying." It's like, what? What do you mean you were dying? You're Bing Crosby's whatever niece or whatever the heck you are. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And Jill says, "Aw, nobody bought a Vedic Barile."
Aw.
Aw.
Oh, wait. Oh, look at this. And everyone, this is a great deal in here.
What?
If you want to sign up for AOL, you can try AOL for free.
I heard AOL is so safe.
And you can also get a 5 1/4 disc. Not only can you get a 5 1/4, you can actually get now a 3.5 inch disc. And you can get it either high density or low density.
Well, you know about AOL, it's an American product, but it can show you how to use the internet. You just turn on your AOL and you're good to go.
And look,
you can even make your own website for free.
You need a 386 PC or 4 megabytes of RAM, folks. I hope you have 4 megabytes or a VGA monitor, a mouse, and a modem. Wow. I'm surprised there's no AOL disc in here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
They're advertising the Skybox cards in this. Yep. They gave me some cards. Oh, I got 3 cards in here.
Oh.
Skybox card number 13.
Wow.
Excellent.
Those were I love the collector's cards are really cool.
Scuba Pete, you got mail.
You got mail. Yeah. Gene Roddenberry remembered. Roddenberry's ultimate trip. His ashes flew on a space shuttle mission after his death in 1991. Yep. So we were talking about that before. Yep. So, yeah, there's there's that model again. That's only $2,000 that everyone bought. It's pretty good, I guess. Not bad. Oh, and look at these guys. Yep. These were the Playmates collectibles that 12 inches. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Finest of Starfleet. Nice. 9-inch Command Edition. I think didn't Paulie give you one of these Clobbering times? Send you one of these?
Let's see which one. None of those.
No, but he did send you one. Didn't
yes,
he?
some big ones. He gave me a couple. He found. I think he gave me a pipe from the cage or something. And he gave me a couple of other ones he found. I think I'll check. I got them there in the other room. But it was a while back. Now he found them like at a pawn shop or something. And send them to me. So it was very nice of him. Those are great figures.
There's my P-Hard. Should I take him off the shelf, guys?
Well, can you put his head where it belongs, up his rear? Then you could leave him up there.
But these are good. These are good figures. These are pretty well done.
Where does he bend? That's my only question.
Wow, you really like him.
You really like it, yeah. But yeah, and look how ugly the phaser was. that
He's
version,
an adult pretender who brought a note from his chiropractor asking not to wear the uniform on the show he was doing.
There you go, Raquel. Remember buying these? I think this is the one you just got. Didn't you just get this one, Raquel? The Playmates?
Oh,
the
you cracked me up.
A few years ago, yeah. I want that. Yeah. I mean, they don't make it with brass anymore. Now it's plastic.
Oh, JT Kirk says, can you go back to that Riker and DS9 real quick? Trying to see what rank he is. No spoiler comments yet, please. Oh, was that in the... Sorry, I'm away from my computer, so I can't really see the chat. Was that in the back of this?
What's he looking for?
The rank of Riker on Deep Space Nine. Was that on this one? Sorry, JT Riker.
Yes,
JT
Mr.
Riker.
Angel. This is a man who actually complained about the fish tanks. Said they were cruel. He did not want to pretend on a set with fish tanks because it's cruel.
Yeah. Really, fish tanks are bad.
Those bad people with those fish.
If you people aquarium enthusiast, you are evil.
But he's got his dog on the new show, and apparently that's somehow not cruel.
Yeah.
On the new show, though,
You
he
should take
gets to wear his dystopian pajamas or pajamas. Don't bust my chops, Canadians. I hang around with a lot of Americans now. So now I'm half American, half Canadian.
Oh, look at these.
Oh,
Wow.
I think Pat S has those. Those are awesome. I think Pat
No,
S has
they're
all these.
not awesome.
Look who's just beamed up for the sewer.
Oh,
These
seriously?
are so fun. These are
Teenage
fun.
Mutant Ninja Star Trek.
I should have bought these. Yeah.
Isn't that from that? No, see what there is. That one of the I know that's old, isn't it?
Well, this has got to be.
Someone told me that their kid watches one of the newer ones, not when the, like that from past few years of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and on that cartoon, one of the guys likes to watch is a Star Trek type show of turtles, but this is way before that, I guess.
I gotta put this up on the marquee. Look at Len. Len's loving
That's
this.
dope. Yeah,
Trek
those are
plus
awesome.
Ninja Turtles? That's dope!
And look at this, the Hallmark 1994 Klingon ornament. I've got that, of course. 1994. God, that was a good year. It was, I think, yep. Let's see. Oh, for sale. Discount prices on new 1993 TNG limited edition plates from Hamilton. Science fiction items, Star Trek comics. So there's a classified here. This is a Star Wars toys. Buy or buy, sell, trade. Call Scuba Pete. No, price reduced. ST and TNG Gold Key comics for sale. No, just kidding, Raquel. Yeah. All set and complete. Yeah, I'm just.
I will kick
older
you.
Star Trek collectibles. Yeah.
I will kick you, mofo.
Wanted. Books, props, VHS tapes of $6 Million Man. Send info to Brian J. Sharp, Manward Road, Scarborough, Ontario, Canada.
Hey!
New Trek zine looking for writers and ideas. Yep. So this is just awesome. Like local organizations, Starships of the Third Fleet, Adult Star Trek Writers Club. Communication is paramount. Investigate. Yeah. Ships of the Third Fleet. Designing Brent, a Brent Spiner exhibit. Please send self-addressed stamp. SASE means self-addressed stamped envelope.
Mm-hmm.
But for
Self-addressed stamped envelope. Self-addressed stamped envelope. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Starfleet Patrick Stewart fan club. Oh, Raquel, do you join a 3 8x10
Raquel's a member. Did you know that?
I am not a member.
Newsletter.
Join my fan club. Even though I'm a robot now, I'm still a great. I love all my fans. Unless you don't agree with me on politics, and screw you.
Jill, I will kick you, Jill. I will kick you. Look, your agonizer,
no.
please.
What did she do now? Oh, Raquel is the president.
Look what you did.
Hallmark Enterprises. Oh, I want my Hallmark Enterprises.
Oh, look, she's making it worse. Look at what you did, Clobby. Shame on you, Clobby. Shame.
What I did now.
Thank you, Lenrod. Thank you, Mr. Angel.
Club. Well, you did name him Poopy Stew. That must mean something.
He is Poopy Stew.
Oh, look at these Star Trek tote bags. Look, they were ahead of their time. They weren't plastic. They're reusable tote bags.
Totes my goats.
That would be so cool to go to the grocery store now. And I always leave them in the car. Like I always go to the checkout now, and they got rid of all our plastic bags. Harumph. And like, do you want bags? I'm like, my bags are all in the car again. I always leave the bags in the damn car. Well, what's this? Identification?
JT Kirk, you're a bad person. And it's Poopy Stew. His name is Pooh. Poopy Stew.
They left.
Thank you, JT Kirk, for the $2 super chat. The $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says Raquel is the founding member of the Patty Stew fan club. Fact check, true. Zero Pinocchios. Wow. Yeah, it's nice to see somebody else get a super chat picking on them for a change other than me.
I've had enough.
That's right. Okay, it's time.
Where is it?
Raquel has had enough.
I have had enough of you!
That's awesome. Oh, and look at this. I just showed this last week, right? The Deep Space Nine space station by Playmates. I never got the runabout though. I would like to get that runabout. And Deep Space Nine, design an alien contest. Your face here. Prize winners win Star Trek Deep Space Nine action figure collections. I wonder what the winner of that was. Someone could look that up. Deep Space Nine Playmates alien competition. That'd be fun to see. We got Gene Roddenberry, The Last Conversation.
Oh, what's that? Is that a review that Raquel's always telling us about?
Maybe, yeah. Read what he said. Yep. Dialogue with the creator of Star Trek. University of California Press. Yep. I get it. Yeah. Have you heard of that one, Raquel? Or
maybe it's from the same review that Raquel talks about.
Which one is this one?
A Dialogue with Creator of Star Trek by Yvonne Fern. Have you ever heard of this? Gene Roddenberry, The Last Conversation?
This is The Last Conversation. That's what you're always talking about, right?
I've read this one.
Is that a book, though, or is that the Humanist?
About the Humanist mag, or what?
I don't think this is the Humanist magazine one. I think this is a different one.
Okay.
I would need to see.
Gotcha.
I would need to go and check. You guys know how I don't like saying anything unless I check.
No, just wondering.
Otherwise, then you rely on your memory, and my memory's not amazing with that kind of stuff.
Absolutely understand.
Yep. Ooh, telephone calling cards.
You know that.
So this was back in the day when you didn't have a cell phone. You would actually buy
I used to get those
calling cards.
I used to use them.
And so you want to explain how they work, Clobbering Times?
Well, you want to. I was just saying. But yeah, you'd have to get to obviously a payphone or whatever. You would dial that number, then it would ask you, it would wait, then you'd have to dial the code on the thing, and then you dial your number.
And you got your minutes, yep.
And you got your minutes. And it would have a certain amount of minutes on it. Yeah.
And then it would run out. Yeah. Imagine running out of time, yep. Oh, that's a good mouse pad. I have that one.
I have seen a heartbreaking Donnie Pearson's seen a heartbreaking story of Gene Roddenberry's passing on CBS Evening News. I remember exactly what I was doing when I heard about it. I heard it on the radio. I left at that night, October, whatever, 3rd or 4th, whatever it was, to go to the store. It was like 8 or 9 at night, and it was on the radio, because I was listening to the news on the radio. Boom, there you go. Why do I still remember that? It's crazy.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, remember the interactive manual. They had a CD-ROM. That was so cool. And you could go on a 3D version of the Enterprise D on that one. That was really wild.
Niceness.
Primitive graphics, but yeah. And this is that Spectrum Holobyte game. Yeah, that was a great game. Yeah. Future's Past. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they say, like, yeah, you could be your face here. You're the captain. Yep. Hey, that's a new version of the Mona Lisa. The Enterprise in there. Yeah. And then, all right, we got 2 more. I'll just flip through.
2 more, here. Then it's grilled cheese time.
Grilled cheese time,
yeah.
Captains of Star Trek.
Raquel here.
I'm starving Raquel. 100th issue. This is a collector one. Do I have something in the middle here?
Oh, let me see.
I just nixed it a little bit.
Let me see the front again.
What the heck? What'd you do?
Well, you know when you bend a poster.
They should have picked something better for issue 100. Just a cover.
Careful.
Yeah, don't mess the poster up.
Ooh, there's a cool poster in here.
Ooh.
Rip it out.
Rip
it out. Oh, that's really nice.
You gotta take
that's the Mutara Nebula.
Yeah, I don't know what's.
That's the Mutara Nebula.
It might be, or it could be the cover as a poster.
Maybe it's the cover as a poster.
Oh, yeah, or it could be the cover. Yeah, it could be the cover.
I don't know for sure.
That's some nice purple.
Yes, sir.
Perps, McGurps.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, Starfleet Academy. Back when we had good Star Trek games. Look at the Gorn was in that one. I remember that one.
Gorn.
You've wanted to be on the bridge. Yep. Bridge simulator. Yeah, so why don't they tell us what look at all the Star Trek games were out then. Oh, and of course, here we go with the China. You can get a Jason
bragging now.
Photograph, yep.
Americans and your ability to make cool things that other people can't get.
Look at that. Wow.
Look at the Star Trek computer or their ad on the keyboard, and you put that over your monitor.
Good God.
And the mouse.
It's kind of keyboard I want.
What are you laughing about? I would still use that today, Mark D with a C, if that's even your real name.
D with a C.
Yeah, you big D.
Your D head with a C head.
Star Trek MasterCard. Oops. There
A
you go.
MasterCard. Oh my!
I can't believe it's over. That's actually
Inside,
a good book.
that's a good book. That is a
Peter
really
David,
good book. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Entropy
Entropy
Effect,
Effect was kind of an alright book too.
Yeah.
But
Fox
Inside
World's
is really good. And I know it's Decker unit and all that crap, but it's really good. So.
Oh, 25 best Star Trek books ever. City on the Edge of Forever? What? Or Star Trek's ever. So the books. Yep. Nice. Oh my.
Oh my.
I know, Shooter, right? It's so bad. Shooter's like, Raquel's bitter about being Canadian? Try living in Australia. We get even less stuff. I know that.
Oh,
I love him.
Sorry, Shooter. Sorry, Shooter. Yeah, she's spoiled. She hangs out with us Americans.
They show me stuff, and I have so much Star Trek envy.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I could, I'd give you the world of Star Trek. What do we have here?
Well, why don't they tell me what the poster is?
I think it's the cover.
It's got to be the cover,
probably
right?
the cover. I just didn't notice the
Rip
cover.
It out.
Yeah, don't they usually say?
Rip it out.
Don't rip it out. You have to get rid of the stupid staples first.
Staples. I got to do the staples.
You can just pull the staples back. Yeah.
No, let me do it properly.
Oh, look. Siddig
I'm kidding.
He still has that name instead of Alexander Siddig.
It's Alexander Siddig Fadil Elfa Degil Fatufikas Ilf Alexandra.
He has like 27 names.
Oh, okay. People of Alexandria, I'm here to.
I'm a kid of the 70s. I have many a poster in magazines. Done this many times.
Like I used to buy Star Trek Communicator all the time and the Fan Club mag, but you have way more than I do on that. I have.
You have to use the tool for that. Did you use the tool for that? You better not
use my fingers. I'm really strong. Yeah.
If you just open it to the middle, you got it.
Look at it. And the whole figure.
Drum roll, please.
And it is the cover.
Just like Clubby said.
The naked version of the car.
Mm-hmm.
So very nice. The secondary hull looks weird.
It does look weird, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a painter's interpretation of it, of course. It doesn't, mate. It's just artistic license, mate. Don't push it. Yeah, it's not, it took his own artistic liberties. You should not be judging it. Look, that what, some kind of Philistine or something. Bloody hell, you bastard.
I love it.
Well, that was always the big flaw in the Enterprise D was that secondary hull. Just
there's a buddy of mine who hates Next Generation called Enterprise Duh.
And the ship was always breaking, as Retro Boston was saying the other night. Yeah.
Huh? Oh yeah. Yes.
Breaking really easily.
I don't know. My opinions have changed so much over the last 5 years, 10 years of the hell that they've put us through. The last 20 years.
She's going back in the mag.
Write it back in there. There you go.
My opinions have changed so much.
Really? On Star Trek, the TG?
Yeah, I just feel so differently about so many things now. It's actually really sad. You want to be careful doing that, please?
He's fine. Yeah. Damn it.
Watch what you're doing.
Trying. The other one went in.
No, like lift it up and thread it. Yeah. Oh, there you go. One. Careful.
Come on.
What's wrong with you, boy?
There we go. A doctor, not a magazine, put it together.
You're an engineer.
Not a printer.
I wonder what kangaroo tastes like. Well, you can have kangaroo up here. They have restaurants that serve kangaroo. It's because we have lots of Aussies up here.
Call your kangaroo down. Might call your kangaroo down. Uh-oh.
I got to buy you that tool. This is ridiculous. Oh my!
Got it. Perfect. There you go.
I gotta buy you the staple tool. What are you doing?
He's got it covered.
What staple tool?
There's a staple tool that we use in
but
publishing.
Not for the middle. For that?
Yes.
On that end?
Yes.
I've never seen one. I mean, I have the one that rips them out, but on the other end,
not Jaws.
Not the Jaws one, right? That would mess it up.
No, I'll get you the other tool. I'll send it to you.
Wow, my God! I want to bust your ass, dude. Not you. A friend of mine just texted me a picture of a toy I can't afford. Why are you showing me that?
It's like, gee, what did I do?
It's a figure of the curator from the 50th anniversary Doctor Who with Tom Baker.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't want that thing. Oh my God! I think I've seen that figure somewhere before.
Oh, interviews with Garrett Wang. Sorry.
I think he pronounces it Wong.
With Garrett's Wang? What?
But he's still an ensign. I guess that was the joke.
Yeah.
He's an ensign.
He'll always be an ensign.
Yeah, he was, and he remember that dumb episode where they killed him, but his exact double from another universe just took his place.
Yeah, and they never talked about it again.
They never talked about it again.
Yeah.
You think he would have said something to his parents when he finally goes, Mom and Dad, there's a pair of my parents in another universe that has a dead kid. Just saying.
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying, I'm cool. Dead, and but I came into this universe. So the parents from his universe are going to be the ones that will lose a kid. I don't know, dude, but.
Yeah, anti-derivative Jill. Lots of famous people anglicize their names, or they give a pronunciation of their name that absolutely makes no sense given the etymology of the name.
Right.
And it's why I get myself into trouble with Star Trek fans so much. Especially like being in a Greek family and hearing Ilia, like for so many years. And then when I try and say Ilia, I have to force myself because the first thing comes into my head is Ilia.
Oh, yeah.
But the anglicization is crazy, but the made up pronunciations are the most hysterical. And I remember when I first got on the streams and I was participating in podcasts, people were like, "That's not how you say it." And meanwhile, that's not actually how you say it. They just, they get to Hollywood and they don't know what to do. And so they go with the flow, right?
I'll just say it the way Spock said, Ilea.
Yeah.
How cool is this guy?
When you look at Delancey, everyone in the United States says Delancey. But if you look that name up, the etymology of that name, that surname, it's actually a place in France, and he would be from there. And I believe it's Delancier is how you say it. So anyway, the pronunciations are hysterical. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, sometimes they're just fully made up. And Star Trek fans don't understand the problem, but that's okay.
Oh, Ashes of Eden. Let me see that. Oh man, that was actually a good book. That's one of the Shatner's books.
First book, yeah.
One of the Kirk books. Oh, that was the first of them, although it wasn't just Kirk. It was the whole crew getting together again. That's a really good story. He had pretty much written for him by Garfield and Judas Reese Stevens. And I love those Kirk books that he did bits in the stories, but they wrote them. And I love those Kirk books. I mean, to me, because the reason why is because it was flying in the face of stupid ass generations killing Kirk. So screw them. It knows that stuff.
I miss boys who wear their pants around their waist. Do you know what I mean? And Lenrod, I don't really like any Star Trek watches. I never have. But there is one Star Trek watch that I absolutely love. And there's only one person I know who owns it, and it's Mark. Mark has the nicest and only Star Trek watch I've ever liked ever. There it is. Look at it. It's so beautiful.
Sometimes you should have let it go and get yourself a new watch.
That's a beautiful watch.
That's fantastic. And I don't even have I hadn't had a watch in decades, but I used to. I don't wear watches to see. People still wear watches, I guess, but.
Another thing you have in common with Andrew, you and Andrew have so much in common. When the two of you get together, I don't even think there will be room for the rest of the world.
I would, but I'd wear that one if it wouldn't fit me, of course. But I'm saying
that's a beautiful watch.
Fantastic, yeah, man, that is great. You know what? Another thing good about looking at these magazines now that I've noticed. Well, you can't go to the newsstand today and look at like whatever Star Trek magazine there is because it's polluted with filth.
Yeah. It always has filth in it now.
At that time back then, of course, I thought I didn't know how good I didn't know how well we had it. Like I'd open this in 1990, whatever. When I would pick this mag up, here's what I would be going with. Voyager crap. It's all full.
Why'd they have to include Voyager
series in this issue? I don't give a shite about it, or not enough. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Some comics. And I didn't know how well I had it. Now I look at these and I go, man, there's no filth in there at all. Even if it's even if it's got crappy some TNG shit or Voyage or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all pure in the sense that it's not filth.
Yeah.
Now you can't buy a magazine or any any kind with Trek on it, book, whatever, without filth.
It's always got crap
somewhere. In it. Yeah. Indeed,
Star
Jill.
Trek Bermuda Discovery. And I apologize, I can't see the chat really. So if anyone's
Star Trek, what do you
say anything directed towards me, I can't see it. But oh, here we go. This is a good way to close out. We got Star Trek Sci-Fi Conventions. Creations Mega Show, May 27, 28, Anaheim Convention Center. We got, what do we got here? We got Mark Hamill. Let me adjust my adjust this light here a little bit. Sorry about that.
Is that Stan Lee?
Stan Lee.
Marina Sirtis.
Headliners, yep. Sirtis. Garrett, Bill Mummy. Who is that?
JMS there, Billy Mummy, JMS. You know.
Yep, Suzinski. Yep.
There's another one for you, Jill. Marina is actually Greek, so the suffix for the male suffix is is as os. So her name is actually Sirtis.
Sirtis.
Yeah, it's is, but because she's from the United States, and well, she's not from the United States, but because she's working in the United States, everybody says Sirtis.
Yeah, well, her name is Shithead.
Well, she has been a massive jerk.
Yeah. What marker?
That convention, God. Sorry, I'm chewing a marshmallow. November 11th to 12th, 1995, Pasadena, California.
That's Creations. You know what? Let's see, got them all. Doesn't
great to see that.
There was one in '96. I've told you about this before. In Alabama at NASA, where Buddy Man went and had the entire original series crew, and they were all there. And it wasn't even really announced or anything, or it wasn't.
Oh, wow.
A few people knew about it. They were all on the stage. You got to go up there. They gave out a bunch of free action, like Mego figures and Playmates figures and stuff too. And you got to go and talk to them, get autographs if you paid for the whole thing. And a friend of mine got to go to that, and that's what's kind of. Just imagine seeing them all at NASA.
Wow.
It was a con type, it was kind of a small con type thing. It was for their 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
In '96.
That was awesome.
Oh, look at they spelled her name wrong.
Right, Mark Plaza Hotel. Yep.
No, look at Marina's name.
Oh, Sirtis.
Marina Sirtis.
Sirtis, yeah. She's a porno actress.
Now tell me, how is William Shatner going from Lansing, Michigan to Austin, Texas? I guess the same day he's taking a flight.
Wow. And then he goes to Ottawa.
And then he's to Ottawa.
In Ottawa. Jesus.
That's a long. That's like Ottawa to Texas. Oh my goodness, what is that? Like a 10-hour flight?
Yeah, he's busy. Well, maybe he wasn't as rich at that point.
And maybe he took.
He made a lot of money at that point, though.
He needed to. He didn't get any royalties for TOS. Not a single penny.
But he got paid for the movies. And he got the direct one. Yeah.
What year is this?
What about Spider-Man?
95. Why are they saying X-Files and the Amazing Spider-Man? Why is that?
For who?
Oh, when was the Spider-Man movie out? 94?
The Spider-Man movie.
No, when would that come out? 2004. Yeah. Why is Amazing Spider-Man?
Unless they're talking about the Fox cartoon or something, which was big at the time. They were.
Yeah.
I guess they had some actors.
I guess right. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, Magil Barrett. That's funny. Magil, of course, not only did a voice on that show, that cartoon. There was one where she and George Takei did a voice of the same episode, and Nichelle Nichols did one. And then there was one. I think they did it as a joke. The guys who made the cartoon, they were obviously Star Trek fans. And Norman Osborn's. There was a scene in Norman Osborn's thing where Spidey's fighting Vulture or something, and the computer starts talking in its Magil Barrett's voice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Get Maddie's the computer voice. What about? Hey, what's up, Steve Mission?
Hey, Maddie's daddy.
Up late, bro. Good to see you.
Look at
good
that.
To see you, man.
Well, it's grilled cheese time.
Yep.
Let's get Raquel some.
Let's get out of
cheese.
here. Sorry, Raquel.
So I want to thank you all for being here with us tonight.
Let me throw Raquel some marshmallows.
Hey. We will, of course, do the proper. We'll shout everyone else out Saturday night. So, I want to thank you all, though. Really appreciate everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Had a fantastic time. Been going 3 hours and almost 3 hours and 20 minutes here. So we won't keep anyone any longer by doing all the shout out stuff. It takes a long time, but just I will shout out, of course, our wonderful, fantastic mods. Like Eric K and Chris Persia, who had to leave, of course, and all you guys, Kal-El and Jill and Phantom and Hungry Boy and Steve and just everybody and Cardi. Thank you all so much. But it will take. I want to keep you all because it's so late. So we'll do all the proper shouts out. Shout out Saturday. Quick show note. Tomorrow night, at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be on with on Nick Weiser's channel on the comic shop with the boys, reviewing some What If comics, and then of course Saturday night Star Trek. We have. Dun, 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 dun. 4 more episodes of Deep Space Line, and it'll be inconceivable, Quark. Why am I not in any of these episodes, Quark? There's no profit in not having me in an episode, especially when it's profit and loss. That. So, anyway, we'll be doing that, and then of course, Mark will have some Sunday night geekery for you, at 10 p.m. Eastern. And anything else to report, Mark?
No, maybe I gotta get to scanning some of these, I guess, right?
I didn't even say thank you. Can I please jump in? I didn't want to interrupt.
I was going to let you go for sure.
I just wanted to say thank you to Mark for showing that all that to us. I thought that was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Yep.
Yeah,
it was a great show, everybody. Or at least I had a great time, and it was so much fun. It's always so fun. Not only hanging with my fantastic friends, Raquel and Mark, but all of you, and just appreciate you so much hanging out with us. So
we do. We love you. We appreciate you so much. And Boss Man, did you see? Hungry Boy is leaving right now because he has 27,000 comics he's going to read in 2 hours.
Excellent.
Let me know how you like him.
He's gonna break that record. Let me know how they are, dude.
They're good.
Man. For those wondering what that reference is, you'll have to go back to the beginning of the show when we talked about that monumental effort. So thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. Please have a fantastic weekend, and I cannot wait to see you all again soon. Good night, everybody.
It's clobbering time. I just love clobbering time.